A couple of months ago, we had the crazy idea to hike Europe's most beautiful trail, the Tour du Mont Blanc. The only problem was, we didn't have a lot of money and we hadn't booked any of it, so if we were going to do this, we'd have to carry everything we needed in our giant backpacks and camp along the way. So welcome to our version of 10 days on the TMB, in a tent and on a budget.
Why are we doing this again?
Fell down and cut my knee.
The ball loose in the campground. That's bag.
Hello, good morning from Chamonix. We start our TMB hike today, which we're super excited about. We're a little bit in a rush because we have to cram everything in our bags, go get a bus, and I've woken up with a puffy face. And you can't see the mountains because it's cloudy.
Yeah, we're a little stressed. We catched the bus in like 10 minutes and it took us over an hour to pack, but we thought we were already packed when we woke up in the morning, so we're a little bit behind. But yeah, we should probably go.
We've got breakfast. We'll eat that soon.
I got some smelly cheese in my bag and it absolutely stinks. My bag smells like an old toilet.
It smells so bad. It smells like a French deli.
It's going to be good though. It's going to be worth it.
A sleeping bag's going to stink.
Probably.
So here's a first glimpse of us in our giant backpacks. Don't they look ridiculous? Every time I see someone with stuff attached to the outside of their bag, I'm like, why the hell have they got all that on the outside? And I mock them. And now it's me, so I shouldn't mock people because now I'm that idiot with things hanging on the outside of their bag. To be fair though, the mat would never have fit in, so anyway. So we were actually in Chamonix for 2 days because the weather didn't look very good. The joy of camping is you can push your trip back a couple of days to avoid the rain, so that's exactly what we did. This lift was absolutely terrifying. We both had to back in and we thought it was genuinely going to fall to the floor and we weren't going to fit. It was scary. Our bags are actually like 15 kilos, 35 pounds of water, so they're extremely heavy. Apparently we cannot pack light. But anyway, we've got everything we need, so I'm sure I'll be grateful for all the worldly shit that's in that bag. Anyway, 10-minute walk to the bus stop. The bus left at 8:15. It was the first bus of the day. We were given these cards by our guest house and they give you discounted and free travel around the surrounding areas of Chamonix. We thought that meant this bus was free, so I got on, I showed the man the ticket, and I walked on and I stood there. Look how happy I am. Turns out it wasn't free. We found out when we got back to Chamonix after the tour. So that's embarrassing, so don't do what we did. That's the major sign where the trail actually starts. Those people had their photo taken there. Apparently we missed a stop, so we didn't bother walking back. We just got straight onto the gondola. This is the Bellevue gondola. It cost us $18.60 each, and we've read online that it was a continuous gondola, so I thought we were going to have our own little pod, but it turns out it's just like two really big ones that go back and forth. I confirmed with the lady where we went, and it was up them stairs. We actually got really lucky, and it was there as soon as we got up there, so we didn't have to wait around. Scanned our little tickets, and we were piled in. Everyone had big backpacks, so it was a little bit of a squeeze, but we did manage to fit. We got talking to this group of really friendly old Australian men, and they were shocked that we were camping and didn't realise you actually could. So you can camp the whole way along this legally. No like sneaky camping in the woods naughtiness. So if you want to find out about it, follow along, like, subscribe, you know the drill. Yeah, once we got to the top, the weather still hadn't cleared and the views weren't really viewing.
Wow, what a view.
Good morning from the top of the Bellevue gondola. We're at 1,800 metres and it took us 1 hour to get here from our Airbnb. So this morning we left the Airbnb at 8, walked to the bus stop, got the bus, rode the bus, got to the gondola, rode the gondola, and now we're here, 1 whole hour, which I think was pretty quick. We allowed longer for that. So we've been here about 20 minutes because we had a little spot of breakfast because we didn't want to eat too early because it makes us feel ill. And now we're about to go and hit the trail. There is a big tour group in front of us, so we're kind of hanging back because we don't want to be stuck with it, but if we catch them, we're just going to overtake. Let's go. I'll talk to you soon when I eat an apricot.
She's heavy.
We went to the farmer's market a couple of days ago and Brenna bought a whole kilo of apricots and we haven't eaten them all, so now she's carrying 8 apricots in her bag. So not only are they perishing, they're also very heavy, so I have to eat them, okay? Bye.
This might sound kind of naive of me, but judging by the amount of people that are on the gondola and coming up every 10 minutes, I think this is going to be a very, very busy trail. I did not realise that. Also, it's the middle of June, so we're actually pretty early in the season, but there's a lot of people about, a lot of people.
So we've just left the Bellevue gondola, we're on the trail now, and it's 2 hours and 15 minutes until we get to our first stop of the day. See you in 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm sure there'll be some scenic shots along the way. What a flattering angle. Not. That hip strap does me dirty. You've got to use it, but my God, the embarrassing roll it creates. Oh well. Yeah, so it was kind of up and down the whole way, and then we came across this scary chain bit. I'm not quite used to the bag weight yet. We thought taking the gondola was cheating, but in hindsight, I don't think it was. I think this may have been a worse route than the original one. But there was some beautiful wildflowers.
So we've been hiking for 30 minutes now, and so far so good. I thought it was all uphill, but to be honest, it's just been up and down. It's still cloudy though, but I'm kind of grateful because it's not really, really hot.
Or raining.
And it's not raining. It's not raining. My rain pants are at the very bottom of my bag, so I hope it doesn't rain today.
So I've got a question for you. What are your thoughts on suspension bridges? I don't think I can be the only one that's absolutely terrified of them. I know logically I'm probably not going to fall off, but there's something about the bounciness and the wood that's wet all the time that could just be rotten and you could fall through. I don't believe I'm the only one that's terrified of them. I feel like Brenna seems to walk along with such confidence. It's definitely not for me, so, you know, put in the comments so I don't feel alone.
Thought we were cheating by getting the gondola. We didn't cheat. This might be worse. Hello. So we've decided to stop for an apricot break. I told you I'd talk to you when I had my apricot, and now I've got it.
Oh, Jesus. Hello.
Are we at the top? No,
No.
we're not. Did I get cranky and had to stop for an apricot before I got in trouble? Yes.
She shouted at a rock.
It was annoying.
Then I told her off for being annoyed, and she said she wasn't annoyed. But now she was annoyed because I'd annoyed her. So, here we are with our apricots.
We're off to a good start.
Oh, geez, they're juicy.
Oh no.
We've got sandwiches in our bag, and I put some really stinky brie in mine. And the whole morning I've been like, what's that smell? Do I smell? It's my stinky fart cheese. There's a smell of fart just following me. It's gonna be worth it though, it's gonna be nice.
Luckily she's been walking behind me.
The weather seems to be clearing a bit. It's not great, you can't really see a lot, but you can see where we're going, which is better than it was because we couldn't see anything.
Yeah, I'm just grateful that it's not really, really hot or raining, so I'll take this. This is a good in-between for a day one to get acclimatised a little.
Yeah, I guess. If it was really hot, it'd be so much harder. And it's already pretty hard.
It's really bloody hot already. Bonjour! Ugh.
Guys, we made it to the top. That felt like the longest climb of my life, but we made it. Unfortunately, the views weren't really viewing. Spoiler alert, they will soon. That cloud is going to disappear. And we celebrated with a spot of lunch, so we're going to have our baguettes up here. We made them this morning, the same ones we have for breakfast. We're just, you know, this whole trip you're just going to see us eating bread, meat and cheese. We see loads of people online having freeze-dried meals and complaining about the price of them in the towns that you pass through. Just don't eat them. Buy some bread, some meat and some cheese. So much tastier than freeze-dried meal, surely. You wouldn't catch me eating one of them. I ate one once. It was called biscuits and gravy in America, and me and Brenna made a joke that it would feed a family of 10 because no one would eat it. It was so gross.
Okay, so we just spent about half an hour at the top here eating our sandwiches. I ate my stinky cheese sandwich, so that's not going to follow me down the hill anymore. You can literally see where we're going from here. We're going down to a refuge at the bottom, and then I think we go back up again to a hotel, and then down, 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 down. And it's actually clearing now, which is really nice because we couldn't see anything the whole way up. But now we can see some stuff, and it's very green, very pretty. Danielle wants a cake at the bottom.
Time will allow I'm having a cake. See how quick I can get down there. Watch me run down. You know when they do that cheese roll in Gloucester where people just jump off a big hill to chase a ball of cheese? That'll be me, chasing a piece of cake. See you down there.
I kind of want a piece of cake too. Should we go get some cake? Yes,
It's down there.
There's the cake.
Let's go.
We came from all the way up there, down this zigzaggy path, and now we're here. Ta-da! It took us almost an hour, just under an hour to get here, which is crazy because it didn't look that far, an hour of downhill.
I have some absolutely devastating news for you. I went into, there's 2 doors, right? I went into the one that was the bar, and I don't speak any French, so I ordered 2 beers, having to point at the menu, you know, using my best pointing and trying to say beer in French. I don't actually know what that is, but anyway. I didn't get cake, basically, is where I'm going with this. There was no cake on display that I could point at, no cake written on the menu. I think it was in the other building, and I was too embarrassed to go in and just get cake, so sadly, no cake. This is me getting the beers, the lady pouring them. I also ordered a beer and didn't specify what size, and they just assumed Brenna would want a small one, and she was really disappointed. She was like, I wanted a big one. But I couldn't say anything again, so yeah, cheers. Sadly, no cake. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll eat enough in the coming days.
We are at Refuge. Now, don't tell me if I've got it wrong, but Miage? My French isn't very good, sorry. And it's beautiful. It's so busy. It's a summer's day. I'm feeling great. The downhill was extremely steep. Brenna's toes hurt. My ankle hurt. But we did come down a hell of a lot over a really short distance in the scheme of things, so no wonder we're hurting a little bit.
So I made it to the top of the hill. I didn't film anything during the hill because it was actually a little bit tough. It's a granny bar.
It tastes like an old granny.
That's alright.
Okay, so I've put an electrolyte in here because me and Brenna absolutely sweat like something really sweaty walking up that hill, like dripping with sweat. So I put an electrolyte in here. You know, sometimes it tastes a bit gross, so I've put 1 in a litre instead of 2. I can see a chunk in there too, which is kind of concerning. It's not good. It's good for me though, so I'll drink it. It's good for you.
I think it needs another one.
You reckon? Can't make it any worse, can it?
Mm-mm. Oh yeah, it needs another one. It's very nice.
So we've just finished our granny bars. We're going to head back on the trail. We're going down to the town that we're going to be staying in. It's about 4 kilometres, 2.5 miles-ish, and it's all downhill. So we might not see you till we get down there. Once we're down there, we need to go to the supermarket and buy something for dinner. I wonder what we'll find. Please don't look at my belly. I'm embarrassed, all right? Don't look at it. Look away. So we've just finished the uphill, as we already discussed. We've had our granny bar and we're walking down, and I just wanted to tell you, I wanted to let you know that after that grueling uphill and sweating about 15 buckets of liquid, this is lovely. I think it might be a road. I'm sure soon you'll be cut to me and I'll be clinging onto some chains, scrambling down a cliff face. But for now, beautiful. Don't look at my gut. Don't look.
So the last section of the day was along a gravel road that just went downhill. I won't lie to you, it was kind of steep, which is why I'm walking like this. I look like a fool because it doesn't look steep, but trust me, it has been. My knees were hurting. This is a really good tip. It doesn't just work walking uphill, it also works walking downhill. Kind of, you know, softens the blow a little. Then we had a little bit of road walking into the town. We stopped in the town and had to get some groceries. We totally forgot to film in there, but we literally just got the things for dinner and some snacks for tomorrow for our day, so we can just get up and go. Mostly bread, meat and cheese again. Spoiler alert, we just love the bread, meat and cheese. Apparently we treated ourselves to a bag of crisps that day too, so bougie. That's where we're camping tonight. It was probably, once we were finished in the store, it was another 25-minute walk, and we didn't realise. So Brenna was a little bit upset and her feet were hurting, and we were both a little bit cranky. We finally got there. The camping cost us €20 for 1 tent and 2 people. All the TMB hikers are just kind of piled into one big field, and it's kind of a free-for-all, so you just find a spot and camp up. It does get very busy though. We were here in the middle of June, so I can't imagine what it's like in July and August. You probably have to get here kind of early, but it was a space. Apparently they do always tend to find a space for you. We set up the tent. We were both absolutely exhausted. Once we'd done the tent, we went and had a shower, and then it was time to cook some dinner. We did want to stop for a beer in the like little cafe thing, but by the time we got there, it was time for the buffet dinner. All of the campgrounds offer you a packed lunch to go and dinner for the night, so if you can't bother to cook, even in the campgrounds, you don't have to. You can just eat their food, but we're trying to do this on a slight budget, so here's our meal. And the food didn't look great, to be honest. All the breakfast was just like ham and melon. That wouldn't fill me up. A piece of ham and a bit of melon. I need that whole pot of pasta that Brenna's eating.
It's finally dinner time. It's 7:30. This is a piece of cheese. It looks gross, but it's really tasty. We have a tomato pasta. It wouldn't all fit in the pot, so we have onions and mushrooms on the side. There's also some cherry tomatoes in there because we're trying to be healthy. Every time we do a long distance hike, we always eat really gross stuff. So we've tried to be good, but let's just say our rag nearly went because it took so long, and we're both really hungry because it's now 7:30. We wanted to go in there for a beer, but there was no tables, so that also led to some upset, mostly on Brenna's part, but let's give it a try. It's delicious. You'll see our moods drastically change in about 5 minutes.
Cheese square.
Yummy.
We've got some crispies.
I'm just done.
Yeah? Alright, I'm gonna go drain it.
Hello from our camp. Ba-ding! Everything's set up. We've been terrible this evening at filming anything. Do you know why? Because we got cranky, we got hangry, and we got panicked about our lack of cash. So we had to Google a lot of things for the next few days because we haven't planned this, we're winging it as we go. But anyway, we're in bed now. It's about 9:30, we're going to go to bed. Our alarm's going to wake us up at 6, and I'll see you then with a cup of coffee. Bye for now. Good morning. It's morning 2 here on the TMB. Unfortunately, we didn't get to film much last night because we were slightly overwhelmed by everything, but today's a new day. The weather's looking good. We both slept medium. I think we're not quite used to the camping setup, so that wasn't ideal. We've packed down and we've made some coffee. We've made some sandwiches. We haven't eaten yet. We're just going to take them with us because it's only 7:30. That plan was to be out of here by 7:30. We woke up at 6. So we're already, things just take so much longer than you think. We're just not in the swing of it yet, Got a big day ahead of us, about 18 kilometres. Everyone's been telling us it's a very big, very steep uphill, so I'm going to drink my coffee and then we're going to hit the road.
So we haven't found an ATM yet, and we only brought 40 euros in cash, and we've already spent 30 euros in cash. So we have I think it's 12 euros and 60 cents or something. And we know there isn't an ATM all day today. Even at the town that we're hoping to get to, there's no ATM. So we're a little concerned, because if we run out of cash, we might not have dinner tonight. I am carrying a can of tuna though, so I guess we'll have a can of tuna for breakfast and dinner and lunch the next day. That's really concerning. Well, I guess we'll find out. Hopefully this coffee wakes me up and I look a little better than this in an hour or so. I'm a little apprehensive about today. I was a little achy when I woke up, so I think it's going to be hard. We just made lunch. Well, Danielle just made lunch. We're going to eat breakfast later. We're not going to eat it now. We're just going to drink coffee. It took us about an hour to pack everything down, or 45 minutes. 45 minutes to pack everything down and get changed. And then we walked over here to make lunch. It's taken us another 45 minutes to make breakfast, lunch and coffee and finalise the packing. It's about 7:30 now. We did want to get going at 7:30 and we woke up at 6. I think it'll be more like 7:45 by the time we start going, but because it's a big, hard, long day, we want to get going early. Alright, day 2. See you in a minute. I'll be sweaty and cursing everything to hell and be like, why am I doing this? But for now, let's go.
I'm currently feeling good. Just for this brief moment, I think. I've had my coffee, I think it's kicked in. We've got to get it done. So let's just go, shall we?
It's been about 20 to 25 minutes of hiking and we just got to this little cathedral here and the uphill's just about to start. So we're gonna eat our breakfast sandwiches, lighten my load a little bit, and then we're gonna head up the hill. What a beautiful place for a breakfast spot. All right, breakfast is eaten.
Yum.
I'm just gonna fill up my water bottle before we go. I'm gonna take 1 litre up the hill. It says it's potable, but I don't really trust it. There's a river right there. I'm scared the water comes from the river. Extra cautious maybe, but I don't fancy getting diarrhea, so I'm gonna filter the water. I'm just gonna fill up 1 litre, carry it up. Apparently there's a refuge like a third of the way. There'll be water there, I think, I hope. Looks like it's gonna be super hot today, so need to carry enough water. But yeah, breakfast is done. Gonna pack up our bags, filter some water, and hit the hill. 1,200 meters of elevation gain today in like 7 or 8 kilometers, I think. I'm a little nervous with the bag. Normally I'd be like, that's easy, but with the bag, not so much. Seriously? Haven't used this soy filter in about a year, just assumed it was fine. Gone to use it, doesn't work. Luckily we bought chlorine tablets, so I'm just going to use a chlorine tablet because this is a joke.
So we made the decision to treat all the water we drank. No one else seemed to on the whole trail. All of these like springs and fountains, they all had signs that said they were potable, and all the tour groups were just kind of drinking them and not treating them, and their guides were telling them not to. Personally, we found it a bit of a risk. That water probably came from a stream and there could have been anything in it. Wasn't willing to take any chances, so we did bring the soil, which didn't work, oopsie, and luckily we bought some like tablets, purification tablets, so we decided to use those on every single thing we drank because we heard some horror stories about people getting really ill, and I wouldn't want to be ill on this trail.
How you feeling?
Surprisingly okay, actually. I was a bit scared, but you know, it's actually not feeling that bad, and Brenna claims we've done more than 1/5 of the way.
More than a quarter now.
More than a quarter? Okay, so after we left the church, we went uphill for about an hour, and then there's a really cool bivouac site. So if you're hiking a bit quicker than we were yesterday, and you can go an extra like hour and a half, I recommend here. It looks so nice. There's a river that flows down. You're allowed to camp there. It's legal. There's a toilet. You can probably hear the cows. If I was quicker, I'd have stayed here. So this is your sign to stay here if you hike quick, or if you just start earlier. There's a waterfall as well.
Yeah, we just finished like a really nice flat bit along this like wide little road thing, and we're just about to go back up again. It just opened up and the views are like super nice. That's where we came from. Doesn't it look lovely? It's really green, there's these wildflowers. We just stopped to fill up our water again. There's water everywhere. It's our first break we've had since we started going uphill. We've been going for just under 2 hours total, and we're nearly a quarter of the elevation done. Nearly 400 meters. I'm feeling pretty good. This is exactly what I wanted when I wanted to do this hike, because it's like green fields and wildflowers and mountains and cows, sunshine. It's lovely. Very busy though, there's a lot of people around.
So we left the refuge halfway up the hill, and then we went into what I can only describe as hell. It was really steep, really rocky, and it was really impossible to get a rhythm, so you just had to keep stopping. This morning we were feeling good because it was kind of flat. Not flat, but like a smooth path. You could just, you know, get into a good rhythm. This, no good rhythm, because you're like... We're just stopping for a quick little snack break. Brenna's having a granola bar. I'm gonna have some of these. Little strawberry pencils, little sugar hit. We still don't want to have our lunch yet because there's more of the climb and we tend to flag after lunch, which shouldn't happen but does, so... Let's have a break. Just relax on holiday. Also, the views are stunning.
I can see the trail up there. It doesn't look anywhere near as bad as the bit we just did, so hopefully it just stays like that from now on. That looks alright. Manageable. Also, the sign said 1 hour until we get to the top. This bit's much nicer. I approve of this section.
That section? No. Whew.
It's lunchtime. I wanted lunch at the top, but I can see the top from here. And I'm a little bit sad about how far away it is, so I'm having lunch here. It's nice and breezy. It's grassy. It's lunchtime.
You've been gone.
It does kind of feel like the whole point of this hike is just to eat a baguette in a new scenic location. I'm not mad about it though. This one's pretty good.
This is the best one. Alright, bags are packed. Let's get on our way. Let's get going. It's harder and harder.
Problem is, as soon as you start walking, you can just feel the heat. It's like the bag traps all your heat in. The breeze is gone. It's hot already. And we're not even going uphill yet. Oh, Jesus. Oh. I just stepped right in a puddle. Oh, that is a wet foot. So close.
Oh, hello. I was too busy looking at the ground because my bag only allows this angle where it... What's happening? Okay, downhill, but uphill. So no go. Probably can't hear me, but this was one of the hardest days, and in my head it's done because we've done the climb. I do have 7 kilometres down the hill, but shush.
Thought we'd made it to the top. Came around the corner. There's more uphill. Damn. Oh well, up we go.
So this was easily the biggest tease of the whole trip. We got to the top of that col and we were convinced we'd made it. You may have seen my celebratory cheer and excited face. No, it turns out it wasn't the top. There was still another hour and a half of climbing and 300 metres of elevation. So to say we weren't at the top is an understatement. We were nowhere near the top. It was also very rocky. Lots of boulders, lots of big step ups, and by this time in the day we were exhausted, so that was tough. There was also a lot of snowy patches. We did get quite lucky that we're doing this at the beginning of June, and normally there's a lot of snow around, but it was a low snow year and the weather was really warm, so most of it had melted away, so not too bad. There was also a section where I fell through the snow. I actually did post hole because it was quite late in the day, so you got to be really careful. We didn't bother bringing crampons because we've read online that they weren't needed, so we didn't bother bringing any extra weight in our bags. And to be honest, I have no regret.
Okay, so we've actually finally made it to the top of the hill. You know, earlier when I thought I'd made it, I hadn't. Turned out earlier we weren't actually at the top of the hill. We still had an hour and a half of climbing to go. And we had to climb over a really sketchy river, which we didn't film because we were terrified for our lives and everyone was shouting and there was a commotion and it was a bit much. But we've now arrived at the refuge. We've started coming downhill and now we have to go all the way down there. It's about just over 3 miles. We're hoping to do it in less than 2 hours because it's already 4 o'clock. Wanted to be at camp in half an hour. Not happening. And then I'm a little bit upset because I wanted to get a beer and I don't have any cash. And there's no cash down there, so I might even be able to get dinner. So that's a bit concerning. That's the concern that's going for our head at the moment. Anyway, sorry to moan. Look at the view, it's lovely.
Also, I just used the most scenic toilet I've ever used. Not from the toilet, it wasn't scenic, but it was very scenic from the outside. Maybe more scenic than the one at Assiniboine. This is the pit toilet. And that's the view. That's the best view from a crapper I've ever seen.
been so happy to have pizza and a beer. Normally when we hike, we eat freeze-dried shit, and I was really jealous of people who do this, and look at me doing it. Only because I had no food in the shop and we were ill-prepared, but still. We went to the mini-mart. I said to Brenna, why don't we just stop and have a beer and get dinner out? And Brenna said, no, we should try and be on a budget. And then I told her we haven't spent any money today because we haven't had any. And the mini-mart we went into only had mini jars of Nutella and candy bars, so guess who's getting pizza for dinner? And a beer. 51 euros, don't think that's bad. 2 pizzas, 2 large beers. I'm feeling great. Brenna's gone to get the codes and it's taking all my willpower not to eat this. Thank God she's back. Thank bloody God.
Thankfully, this pizza place actually accepted card, otherwise it would have been a right disaster. We'd have been eating $12 worth of candy bars from that store, so that's a plus. And for you as well, if you forgot cash. They take card. This is the campsite. We could see it from the top of the hill as we came down, and everyone was piled into this like little section of the field, which is just what we assumed we were meant to be doing. Then in the morning we figured out, I don't think we all needed to pile into this tiny patch. There was lots more space, and I think we could have gone anywhere. It was technically free. There was asking for a $5 donation. There was a little donation box just outside the toilets. 2 toilets, and there was a space to brush your teeth and get ready for bed. Not too shabby for €5.
Hello. So we're now in bed, as you can probably tell. We've blown up the airbeds. We've puffed up our sleeping bags. And we're going to hit the sack. We're exhausted. Our legs are killing us. Our arms are achy. We're a little bit sunburnt. And our bellies are very, very full of pizza. So we're just going to retire now. See you tomorrow, ready for day 3.
Hello and welcome to day 3 on the Tour du Mont Blanc. As you can see, we've woken up in a gorgeous little campground right in a little French valley. Very pretty and very picturesque. Hi, if you don't know us, we're Danny and Brenna. We're currently hiking the Tour du Mont Blanc. If you don't know anything about the Tour du Mont Blanc, it's a hike that is about 170 kilometres, 105 miles, around Mont Blanc, and you go through 3 countries, which is pretty cool. And today is an exciting day because we started in France, and today we're going to walk right into Italy. But first of all, we have to pack up all of our stuff. As you can see, Brenna's packing an extremely large bag because we're planning on hiking and camping the whole way around with these big bags. So that's why our bags are so big. No, we haven't packed light. If anything, we've packed really heavy. That's a 3-man tent, not a 2-man tent, because we just like to have space. And why not, you know, if you're going to carry something that heavy, why not carry a couple of extra kilos? Let's just say my knees do have regret, and I wish I hadn't carried them extra kilos now, but oh well, it's done. Once we packed up, we went to the local store to try and find some stuff for lunch and for some breakfast. We got some coffees, we got some pain au chocolat, and we got some stuff for lunch, which was a big baguette. If you've seen any of the previous days, you'll know that all we eat is bread, meat and cheese, so this is right on trend. We also perused the shop and got some snacks. Once we got the food, we took it outside and we took a little seat. There's going to be a funny clip in a minute of me walking down the steps. I'm really stiff from yesterday. I really need to do some more stretches. The breakfast was absolutely delicious and we inhaled it in a matter of seconds. This looks like it's sped up, but it's not. That's just how quick we ate it. Brenna puts on her sun cream, and as you can see, I'm going to try and do some stretches here. That's about the only stretch I did the whole trail, and I should have done more. Oops.
Today we woke up in the bivouac area in Les Chapieux. I'm probably butchering that, but it's behind me. You can see how it's spelled. We didn't really film a lot because we were a little bit grumpy. We packed down the tent, we packed up our bags, and then we were like, I hope that shop and bakery opens at 7 a.m. because I'm not waiting around for it to open. It did. It opened at 7 on the dot, so we got some baguettes, we got some pastries, got 2 coffees each. It cost €20 for all of that. So we got 2 pain au chocolat, 1 croissant, 2 coffees, 2 baguettes, and a bag of Haribo because we needed snacks yesterday, and there's a lot of uphill again today. But yesterday was the hardest day, so it's going to be easier than yesterday. Excuse the hat, my hair's really, really greasy, so I'll be wearing the hat all day today. And the sun's almost here. It's 8 a.m. We need to go. That's where we are. And we're going up and over this col and then down to about here. And then we're getting a bus to Val-Veni. Well, that's the plan so far anyway. Also, some people this morning were here. Some people were getting a bus to here. but the bus was full, so we didn't get it. But I think it skips like the road bit, and then you just do the uphill, I guess. I don't know. Oh well.
So I'm just going to take a minute to talk to you about that bus. It turns out it just goes back and forth. It went past us so many times and I was so jealous of it. It literally went from the campground right to the top. I know it's a hike and I should walk it, and we did. But it felt like every single other person got that bus. So if you're not up for a road walk, just get the bus. I don't know how much it costs, but it literally just goes back and forth all morning. And here I am struggling. I know I need to get over it. It was a while ago now, but I'm still not over it. I felt cheated that everyone else got to ride the bus and I had to walk up that steep concreted road. But I did get to see them cute cows and a marmot, so alright, I'm over it.
For the weekend, painting pictures, you and me. Late night drives, music loud, ours were speaking. Close my eyes and I was dreaming.
We've been walking for about an hour and a half, and we've made it to La Ville de Glaciers. Probably saying that wrong. It was a road the whole way. The trail actually went on the other side of the river, but it was closed, so we had to walk the road the whole way, and it was about 250 metres of up, 5 kilometres. Took us about an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes. And turns out you could get a bus. We didn't really know. I saw the bus stop yesterday, and I was like, wonder where that goes. It goes here. So you can actually get a bus here. It skips out an hour and a half of walking. And from here, it's 2.5 hours to the top, and then another 40 minutes down to the refuge where we'll be going to the town to get the bus. So hopefully we'll get to camp kind of early today. Not sure though, because we like our lunch and we like to take breaks. I like to stop and film things, which always takes a little while. But so far so good. We saw cows on the way, we saw marmots. It was a lovely little walk actually, even though it was uphill and we could have got the bus. But you win some, you lose some. Today we lost some. But yeah, so far so good. It's only 10 a.m. Let's go eat a baguette in a nice spot.
Do you want to see something funny? This is how much I ache. This is how I walking downhill until I get into the swing of it. I've stopped for a while, so watch this. I'm not putting this on. This is genuinely how I'm having to walk.
Now, in hindsight, it doesn't look that funny, but let me tell you, it felt like I was walking with like 2 sticks for legs with no joints or anything. I felt like I was walking like a fool, but it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it looks a bit bad, but not that bad. And now that's a refuge. You know what you're thinking? Oh, did you two stop in there for a bit of cake, a drink? No, we didn't. Do you know why? Because we had no bloody cash. So don't be us and make sure you bring cash, because I'm genuinely upset that we had such little cash, because I really needed that cake and that beverage. And it was not to be, because most of these places don't have signal for a card machine, so, you know, bring money. Instead, we had to settle for this river water. We did treat that, by the way. That's us treating it.
Haribo Crocs. One for a brand.
Oh yeah.
One for me.
Just us eating more baguette in more scenic locations. Oh yeah, this baguette's good. It's funny, it's really, really difficult, and you find yourself being like, what's the point? And you just sit down and eat baguette, and you're like, wow, this is the point.
So we just stopped for a quick little bit of food. We had a baguette and some cheese. We were walking up the hill and we were both feeling so fatigued we could barely move, so we decided it was best just to stop, and we were both getting a little bit ratty. There's a theme here, isn't there? We need to eat more. We've made the stupid mistake of not eating enough, which we knew was a thing, but we still keep doing it every day. So we've eaten half our baguette that we got at breakfast. Gonna eat the other half of the baguette when we get up the rest of the hill. We're just over halfway up for the incline for the day. Really wish I'd got that bus. But here we are. We're about to put our bags back on and go. We've just got some water as well. Let's get climbing.
I can see people all the way up there where we're going. I'm hoping that's the top. Although in reality it's probably not. It's not too far though. That's the village that the bus goes to. And this is the road we walked up. So we started over here somewhere. Walked up here and all the way up here. Still not at the top yet.
Honestly, looking back at these clips, the views are so beautiful. Like, I feel like I'm appreciating it even more now watching it than I did at the time, which seems a bit weird, but it is what it is. I won't lie to you though, that day absolutely drained me. Look, I've been struggling. I'm so far back and I'm having to do zigzags up the hill. I feel like the camera is not catching how steep it was. Brenda's making it look flat. It was hard, okay?
I got a feeling that's the top there. I hope. It's been 2.5 hours, which is what the sign said, so we should only be like 5 or 10 minutes away.
If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I've got great news. We made it to the top of the pass finally. 2 points of interest here that will make it good. 1, I get to eat more of my baguette, and 2, we got our first glimpse of Mont Blanc. That was the hill that just kept giving. Every time I thought we were there, we were not. Even when I thought we were there and there was a big rock pile, we were not. Now we actually are. The signs and whatnot. So that's a great feeling. Time for some more baguette and bread of stinky cheese.
We just saw 2 more marmots running through the field of wildflowers and it was really, really cute. It was a good day. Danielle, I've just realised we've just entered Italy.
Oh.
You've never been in Italy before.
No, I haven't.
So welcome to a new country.
That's exciting. I do have a question.
Yeah.
What do I say to people on the train now? Because I can't keep shouting bonjour in
Maybe
my
it's
French accent.
Bonjour, no.
Or maybe bonjour.
Ciao.
Ciao. Is ciao goodbye or is that just like hello goodbye?
I think it's like
good day.
everything. Just walking along the trail, just come across this giant pile of avalanche. It's to come from up there in the winter. Crazy. So we've just come off the official TMB trail and we are walking down a road. Maybe 2 kilometers, maybe 2 miles. Our sources are a little different. But we are walking down this road to get a bus to a town called Valveni, where we're going to camp for tonight because there's nowhere to camp on trail in this area and it's really illegal to bivouac in Italy, apparently. So we have to do a bit of a detour. Also, random side note, the trail has been really beautiful today. It's been actually incredible. Okay, so we made it to the town. We were excited. We went to the bus stop. It was a big sign. It's like, free shuttle bus, fantastic. Doesn't go for another 13 minutes. But that stop is closed. We have to walk to the next stop. So we have to walk along the road for what Google says is another 17-minute walk. We only have 13 minutes till the bus goes, so... Oh man. I hope we make it. There's another 40 minutes of walking. Wi-Fi and beers with a view. It's teasing me!
We have 13 minutes and we're going to make it. We're going to miss the bus and I want my pierogi.
It's a mixture between a jog and a speed walk.
All I've got left is the day.
We're at nearly 22 kilometres. Just another kilometre and a half, no big deal. I guess it could be worse. It could be raining. And the views could be worse. Very, very beautiful down there. I'm excited to have a beer and look at it. I made it.
It's safe to say we were both extremely excited that we made that bus. I was not so excited about the amount of sweat that was dripping off me though. The run really took it out of me. And the bus actually only turned out to be 2 stops and we were on it for like less than 5 minutes, so didn't feel like it was worth the run, which is why I look a little miserable. The reason we chose Hobo Campground is because we were reading all of the Facebook groups and apparently everyone said it was the best campground there was, and I can confirm it was the best campground the whole of the TMB, so definitely stay there if you're going to camp.
When we checked in, the guy that works here showed us around and he literally told us this was a good spot, so we're literally going where he told us. Danielle reckons it's not on a slope, I reckon it is. Last night I chose the spot and she did nothing but complain about how sloped it was all night, so I can't make that decision today because I can't be the person who chooses a sloped patch. So if it's sloped, I don't care, but Danielle will.
I will. Last night like this.
I was fine.
We've arrived here at the Hobo Campground. It cost me, me and Brenna, €22 for one tent, 2 people, which I think is a steal. The man who showed us around was lovely. There's a bar, there's a restaurant, the man brought up all the foods, and we're meant to be cooking our own food, but it all sounded good, so I think I'm going to go. There's also a little mini mart that's open till 8, bars open till 10, there's a jacuzzi, there's toilets, there's showers, there's laundry, there's a cooking facility, there's a place to wash up your pots and pans. Basically, we read all these reviews saying, come here. I mean, it is a mission from up there. And on my walk down, I said it wouldn't be worth it, but I'm very happy we're here now.
Danielle actually threw a hissy fit on the way down the road and she was like, I'm gonna cry, everything hurts, this isn't worth it, this is such a stupid idea.
Embarrassingly, that did actually happen, exactly like this, she said. Then I got this burst of energy to run, which you've probably already seen. I think that's quite impressive. Do you not think? 35-pound bag, 15-kilo bag running. Maybe I should join the army. We're gonna go quickly shower, then we get into the bar.
See you later, because I need to go shower. And you don't want to see that.
Once we'd showered, we decided we better treat ourselves to a beer after, the hard day of running down the road. So we stopped in, we got some beers, they were €6 each, and we got this charcuterie board for free. Italy is like my favourite place. You buy a drink and they just give you free food. Then it started to get late and we were really tired, so we just decided to order food there. Guess what we ordered? We ordered bread and cheese. It wasn't a pizza, we got ourselves a tasty focaccia. No meat in it though, so, it also had some salad for health. They were $8.50, beers were $6. We inhaled them in a matter of seconds, and then we took ourselves off to bed because we were absolutely exhausted. Good night!
That's probably a little too fun for me, but we'll find out in a minute.
Hello and welcome to our first morning in Italy on the TMB. As you can see, the weather was absolutely beautiful today. We got super lucky. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a plan for what today has in store. Well, we're hoping has in store anyway. First of all, coffee to wake up. The plan is actually to stay in Hobo camping for 2 nights. Initially we were just going to stay for 1. We've changed our mind. We're going to go in for 2, and then we can leave all of our stuff here and just hike with day bags, which we think will make the day a lot more enjoyable. As you can see, my day bag's still not that small because I only have the 1 bag. This was also a last minute decision, which is why I'm running here. This is me paying for another day camping. We are planning on getting the bus back up to the trailhead. Spoiler alert, the bus was full, we had to walk. The bus did only shave off about 30 minutes of walking anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Most people appeared to be getting the bus in the opposite direction, the same people who hiked in with us yesterday, so that's also an option if you don't want to do this road walk, but these are some of the best views we saw on the whole trail.
Good morning! So we've just woken up at the Hobo campground here in Valveni. We've left all of our stuff there, well not all of it, as you can see I got a bag. Left our tent there, most of the stuff, we've just got like a day bag, it's still pretty heavy though. And now we are about to start the grueling walk back up the road. We were going to get the bus for a bit of it, but it was full and drove past us, so we're now walking the whole way. So we've got about an hour and a half till we're back to the trail, and then about 4 hours of hiking.
Yeah, so basically we just stayed at the campground for 2 nights, and the aim is to go back the way we came, which is really annoying because it's like an hour and a half uphill to get back to where we came off the trail. Then we're going to do today's section, come down to the town and get the bus back again. That way we don't skip anything. Apparently the views today are some of the best on the whole trail, so if we're going to skip a section, I don't want it to be this one. So before we left, we had to run into the mini mart and grab some breakfast and lunch. And of course, we ended up with baguettes. I don't think we're going to deviate from baguettes the whole trip. Can you get sick of baguettes? Who knows? Some salami. And a ball of mozzarella. I actually forgot the knife and all the utensils because we were rushing for the bus that just, you know, went right past us. So we've had to pick things that you can just eat with your hands, you know? It all came to about €11 too, so not too shabby. This baguette's a little hard. This is not the finest baguette I've ever had. Not the finest. We aren't in France anymore, we're in Italy. Maybe that's why.
We just had our breakfast here at this picnic area, which looked really cute from like a distance. And I was like, oh my god, there's such a cute picnic area. There's all like wooden benches like made out of old tree logs that they've carved, and there's like grills. But I don't think it's used very often, so it's filled with cobwebs and everything's a bit damp and musty, and there's loads of like flies and worms. So we didn't sit down, we quickly yammed in our food, and we're just going to go straight away, to be honest with you. You can probably see the flies, right? Brenna's got like 7 on her. Yeah, we're just going to go. I'm convinced there's some roadkill around here or something, because this is an obscene amount of flies.
Once I'd finished doing Tai Chi with the flies, it was time to get going again. We had to walk up a bit more of the road where there was actually traffic, and then we got to like the road where no more cars could go, where the bus should have dropped us if we'd managed to get on it. Here it is. So it's about another 50 minutes. It is very steep. I can see why people do skip this section because it's not the most enjoyable and it is pretty tough. I feel like Brenna's only filmed the flat bits. There is a nice river though. You don't see that the whole way though, okay? So don't be thinking you have a lovely river the whole way. Once we got to the top, we saw all of these tiny little things in the sky and I thought they were really big birds. And it actually turned out that Red Bull is doing some sort of sponsored event and it's people paragliding, and they were so high up, they look like tiny little toenail clippings. Look at them. Flying around in circles. Fascinating.
Okay, so we're finally back to where we started yesterday after that road climb. It took us about an hour and 40 minutes. It was 420 meters of elevation, so it was quite a climb. But luckily we don't have our bags because we've left them down there. So if you are going to do this, I definitely recommend just leaving your bags down there, because otherwise you'll be absolutely pooped. Because to be honest with you, I don't think I could have done it with my bag. I probably would have skipped this section if I had to come up here with my bag, I'm not going to lie to you, because that was actually a lot. We still have 500 meters to go, but we've done half the climb for the day already, and we did it in an hour and a half, so I'm feeling optimistic for the day, feeling good.
So once we finished filling up the water, I decided to dip my hat in this water because it was super refreshing, and then I told Brenna to do it, and her reaction was super underwhelming, and I was really disappointed. I thought she'd be like, wow, you've changed my life, and she just shrugged and went, it's alright. It was the most refreshing feeling I felt in I don't even know how long. Here's me struggling up the hill. Honestly, I'm struggling so hard today. Brenna's taken the bag because I just can't. I'm struggling so hard. We stopped for a little granola bar, and that granola bar was absolutely terrible. I don't recommend. I did pick the cheapest ones up on the shelf because, you know, I was trying to be budget conscious, but the bar didn't remain in its shape, so you just had crumbs of these not very good granola pieces that were just over. Just don't get them, okay? Pay the extra euro and get something fancier. That would be my advice. I'm like the granola bar connoisseur, apparently. Here I am struggling up the hill. I was really struggling today, but the views, honestly, so worth it. I'm so glad we did the road walk. Walking up the road, I wasn't. Once we got up there, I was like, so glad we didn't skip this section. Honestly, some of the best views on the whole trail, so don't skip it. Also, side note, these were my favorite wildflowers the whole trail. So for the first time on the trail so far, when we got to the top, we were actually there. There was no hidden bump around the corner. We got to the top and then it was down. I genuinely thought there was more up and there wasn't, so that was a lovely feeling. What I found most cool about this was when we looked down the hill, we could actually see the road we walked over earlier, and we could also see our campground that we stayed in. You could like actually pretty much see our tent if you zoomed in really hard and squinted a little. But that's pretty impressive, right? It was the most rewarding feeling I think there can be on a hike, when you can actually see where you came from. Anyway, now we're walking downhill.
So we made it to the top of the hill. We had a little snack break on the way, filled up our water on the way, and now we're on the descent. We're just going to stop and have lunch, I think. A baguette with a view, of course. Today's view is pretty good. Another day on the TMB, another baguette with a view. Alright, lunch is over. It was mozzarella, salami and baguette. No sauce. It was a little bit dry, but it is what it is, you know. We had limited supplies from the store and we were running for the bus that we never caught. So lunch is over. Now it's a little bit uphill, mostly downhill, and I think we're going to get a gondola and a chairlift if it's open, if they take card. We don't know yet. There's a big long descent into the town otherwise. Let's get cracking!
Might not be even halfway down, but I got beer. Hello and welcome to me drowning my sorrows. As you may have heard earlier, I was hoping to catch a gondola and a chairlift down the hill. Apparently there's a chairlift that will help us down on the other side, and we might treat ourselves to the gondola on the way down. Hopefully get to the gondola and carve half this downhill. Turns out that's not an option until June 28th. It's currently June 19th. We've been lied to. So now I have to walk down 2,500 feet, 750 metres that I wasn't willing to do. 4 miles. I'm not happy about it. I'm gonna have to get over it. This was meant to be our easy day and we've done nearly 1,000 metres of up and 1,000 metres of down. How's that easy? At least I don't have to carry my bag, I guess.
Why are we doing this again? This is day 4 and I'm questioning everything.
Alright, let's walk down the hill then, seeing as the gondola doesn't open till next week. Rude.
Sign says only an hour and 35, which isn't that bad.
Weird.
Alright, let's just go, because no offence, but I walk quicker than you downhill, so... Not this again. That's the chairlift that's not open. As you can see, it's not moving. It's probably a good thing we didn't get the chairlift, because last time we got a chairlift in the summer, you made the woman press the emergency stop.
Shut up.
Next one. And I lost my sunglasses. Oh no! Oh no! I've just lost my sunglasses.
Could we be more cautious this time? We know how it works now.
I know what you're thinking. Oh, she's talking again. I hope she's not going to complain about the gondola. I am. I'm still upset about it. No, I'm joking. I'm over it now. But that road wasn't very nice. It was like an old service road and it had big rocks on it and it was really steep, which is why I'm like one switchback back the whole time. I just could not catch up.
We just went past the gondola. It is definitely closed. It also shaved off 500 metres of elevation. And now we're on this skinny, steep switchback trail. But the town looks closer, so we only have about 500 metres left, hopefully. It is what it is. I don't want to do it, but we're here.
We have to do it.
We have to do it. On the plus side, we did save ourselves €32. Gotta think of the positives here. So close yet so far.
So once I just shut up and started walking down the hill, it didn't actually take that long. It only took us about an hour to get down. It was switchbacks the whole way, quite a few tree roots.
Hallelujah.
But it was shady, so that did help because it's been really, really, really hot. Once we got to the bottom of the hill, we had probably about another 25 minutes to get up to the town of Courmayeur, which is where we'll be getting the bus back to our campground, which is free. I don't know if I've mentioned that. All the buses in this area are actually free, so that's a big bonus. And the views were really, really nice. We walked over a nice bridge, nice view of the river. Once we got into Courmayeur, we decided to go to the grocery store because we had to get some things for dinner because, you know us, not that organised. I prioritised beer as the number one thing to go into my basket. No messing around. 4 of them went in there. Then we got some pasta and we got some salady stuff for dinner. I think we're going to do like a tuna pasta style dish. We got to the bus stop. The bus was only like a 10-minute wait, so that was perfect. Hopped on it. It was free. Yay. And it stopped right outside our campground, which was also very convenient. I'm going to say the Hobo campground was definitely our favourite campground the whole TMB. So I definitely recommend staying here. We ended up staying 2 nights in the end, and it was great. It had everything. Look, a little kitchen, cooking area, fridge to keep your beer cold. Who doesn't need that? They also had a bar. I've probably already told you all about it several times, but I'm just not over how good it was. Once we got back, we showered, and then we had our beers. That's why they were in the fridge. We put them in the beer, we had a shower, and here we are drinking them. Then we decided to make some dinner. It was very tempting to go into the bar and order food again, but we decided to be good, so we made a tasty little tuna pasta loaded up with goodness and salad and whatnot, and yeah, then we went to bed. Bye, see you tomorrow for day, whatever it is, 4. I can't believe how lucky we've got with the weather yet again. This whole trip so far, we've had gorgeous blue sky, sunny. If anything, it's too hot. But I'm not complaining because I'll take that any day over rain. We packed down the tent. One downside about camping on grass is everything gets really, really wet. Not from like rain, but from condensation. The grass is just damp, so the ground sheet's soggy. The fly's always covered in water. But there was a nice fence to hang it today, so that was a plus. Normally I have to roll it up in a bin bag and chuck it in the bottom of my bag, and it's a little bit damp, but it dries in the evening. Brenna also made us the coffee in the morning, which is super nice of her. She always does the coffee, and I tend to do the tent and the beds and like the air beds, put them down, and she does the coffee. We've got a little system going, and I think it's pretty good. I was getting changed in the bathroom and, you know, brushing my teeth and all the boring stuff, and yeah, then I came back to coffee. How exciting. Aren't I a lucky duck?
Good morning from day 5 on the TMB. Today we are in Balvenie at Hobo Camping Campground, and we are getting the bus to Courmayeur, and we are hiking to Valferret. I'm pronouncing everything wrong, but it's hot, it's sunny, the weather's lovely. We've just packed out the tent, packed our bags. We have to catch the bus in about 30 minutes. It's too hot for this coat. Let's go.
We've got some devastating news. Yesterday, I bought 4 bottles of beer total, 2 each. Anyone who knows us knows we like a beer. We were so tired yesterday, couldn't drink it. I'm going to have to leave beer behind. That's absolutely unheard of. I'm not carrying it though, it'll be warm and it's heavy. It's in glass bottles, so... This is a shocking revelation for the day. Abandoning beer. Don't know if I'll ever forgive myself.
Bye, Hobo Campground.
Luckily, the bus stop was right outside the campground, so we headed there. We were a little bit worried about space on this bus, because yesterday, you may recall, the bus was full and just drove straight past us going the opposite direction, but there didn't seem to be anywhere near as many people today, so that was a bonus. And this bus is actually free, and it only took about 15 minutes to get into the town, so that's pretty handy-dandy. I love that all these buses are just free around this area. Very, very convenient. The bus was kind of busy, but we definitely had space. Once we got into the town, we had to get some bread for lunch, because we were semi-prepared, but not that prepared, and yesterday's baguette from the store in the campground wasn't the best, so we weren't willing to have that again. And we're going to mix things up today. We're going to a focaccia place. I googled it and it has really good reviews, and it was really cute. It was like this little old lady in there who just had big slabs of focaccia. I didn't understand the prices. It's all done on weight, and I was confused at how much to order, so I just asked for 2, please. And she gave me these 2 giant slabs, and then, of course, I got a couple of little cakes, too, because they smelled and looked really, really good. And then I couldn't be bothered to get the big knife out, and I also couldn't find it, so I had to cut a cucumber with a plastic knife. We ended up not actually eating the cucumber in the sandwiches, so this was a completely pointless exercise, me butchering that cucumber for absolutely nothing. But oh well. The focaccias were definitely delicious. A little greasy, but extremely yummy. We ended up eating at a bus stop.
Today it's not baguette, it's focaccia. Arguably a little bit better than baguette. Way more difficult to eat. And we've still got a view. Even though we're in town, we've still got a view. So today, focaccia with a view. That was perhaps the messiest thing I've ever eaten. It was so oily, but man, it was good. It tasted like when you get a Pizza Hut pizza, it's got that like thick crust. It was like that, but so much better. Chef's kiss, that was delicious.
It was really good. It was pretty expensive though. It cost me £10 for 2 slabs. I did get 2 cakes as well.
Pastries, is it them?
You want to see my pastries? Alright, let me get them for you.
What are they?
No idea. If you know what they are, please tell me in the comments. Yeah, they're pistachio flavoured. They look like maybe phyllo pastry. They look like crunchy. They look great.
Oh yeah, I might stand here and eat it. I've still got greasy hands from the focaccia. Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Yeah. Mmm. 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 Oh yeah.
It's like a pistachio cream. Like, you know what's inside, like a bueno, that like creamy but pistachio flavour.
Mmm.
Like a hazelnut, like pistachio spread, I guess.
Whatever it is, it's bloody delicious. Wow.
Listen to this. Yum.
The joy of hiking all day is I feel like I can eat all these delicious pastries and not feel guilty about it. Normally I feel guilty about that. Look at all that grease. Not today. Today I'm like, I've earned that. Well, I haven't actually earned it yet, but hopefully I'm going to earn it. But Danielle's talking about skipping this section.
Do you want to skip this section? I've got bad blisters.
After all that grease and all that pastry, I don't think I can.
So just finished breakfast here at the bus station in Courmayeur, which I'm probably saying wrong. We're about to hit the trail. We've decided we are going to do it because, you know, we came here to do a hike. I am a little bit concerned about the time because it's already 10 and the last bus is at 7, so we need to get a bit of a wiggle on. Let's go climb a mountain. Alright, there's been some breaking news. I'm crying with joy. We'll be skipping this section. Brenna went to buy a hat and it took an hour, and now we don't have time to do this section. And as luck would have it, there's
I'm just going to point out, I forgot to pull my watch. It took 13 minutes to get from there to here and buy a hat.
As luck would have it, there's a bus that goes from this town to the next stage. So we're just going to skip this section. And this is a sign to everyone watching. Hike your own hike, okay? You don't want to do a bit, you're not feeling it. I'm still feeling a little run down. I haven't slept very well. I won't show you the state of my feet. My compy blister patches, they're everywhere. So we're just gonna relax. Also, look how nice that patio looks. I'm gonna sit there and have a coffee. Hike your own hike. You're on holiday. Do what you want to do. Don't let the internet pressure you into walking a section you don't want to walk. There is also a snow bridge that I am genuinely a bit scared of.
We don't know that.
Yeah, you're the one who told me about it.
5 days ago.
Brenna, let me have my excuses. Look, Brenna's out. Do you want to do it?
Oh no, Brenna bought a hat. We can't go.
Yeah, because I can't be bothered today. I'm being honest, I can't be bothered.
Alright. A rest day. We need a rest day. Let's have a rest day.
We're on holiday. We're not on a time constraint
Yeah.
either.
You know what? We're on holiday. We're on vacation. It's time for a rest. I think as well we need to remember.
So off camera we had even more back and forth, and we've decided that we're not going to be skipping this section. We're just going to take a rest day, head to camp there for 2 nights, and then we can hike this section tomorrow but without bags. Genius, right? And there's free shuttle buses everywhere. That's why I'm looking so smug, because we've come up with a genius plan. We enjoyed our Americanos and the mountain views and the beautiful blue sky, and then just as we were enjoying them, a big bird came and took a big shit on Brenna's arm, which is what you're seeing here. But I told her that it was like a good omen. We made the right decision. The universe was celebrating. And then she tried to take this cute little snap and that crane ruined it, and she was really upset. So that was a little bit sad. Once we finished our coffee, we went for a walk around the old town. It's so beautiful there. The only downside was these stupidly big bags that we had to lug around. We decided to go to the grocery store to get some stuff for dinner, because even though this is day off, we're going to try and be kind of budget conscious and have dinner at camp later. Of course, I grabbed a couple more beers because no rest day would be complete without some beers in my bag. And then we walked back along the walking street, and then it was 12 o'clock, so we decided, wouldn't it be rude not to get a beer on a patio or a cocktail or something? Look at the weather. That's calling my name for a cocktail.
I've got to take my budget seriously, or I'd get a spritz.
How much is a spritz?
$9.50. Fuck it, I'll get a spritz.
Just get a spritz.
Well, the other spritzes were 11 with the Aperol.
I don't know why, but every time you get a drink in Italy, they give you like an entire meal with your drink. So technically it's budget friendly. Drinks might seem expensive, but you get lunch with it. Isn't that great?
Nothing better than a free snack. Oh my god, it's so good. It might be the best one I've ever had. I'm not even just saying that. Okay, so Brenna's never had an Aperol. Well, she's had one once but said she didn't like it, and I'm convinced she'll like this one because I feel like it's actually been made nicely.
It smells like oranges.
Yeah, I think you're going to like it.
I like oranges, I just don't like Prosecco, so I don't like anything like a spritz.
I might change it here.
I don't know. You know what? It ain't bad.
It's nice, isn't it?
Very orangey.
People don't like it because they get made badly. It's really nice if it's made properly.
You know what? It's quite refreshing. I get it now.
After doing our grocery shopping, I've decided I need an Aperol Spritz because we're in Italy. And it's quite simply the best Aperol Spritz I've ever had in my life. So good, even Brenda liked it. And they keep giving us free food. Everywhere you go, free food. We must look hungry.
So after we decided it was our rest day, we ventured over to about 10 feet away from where we were stood, had a coffee.
I need me a coffee.
Relaxed a little while, walked around the walking street for a little while, then decided, you know what, it's 12 o'clock, let's get a beer. I got beer, Danielle got an Aperol Spritz. They gave us all these snacks like they always seem to in Italy. I don't know why, they just love giving you snacks. But that's been our rest day so far. Don't know what the rest of the day will bring. It's 1 p.m. Having a great day. Also from here you can see where we walked down from yesterday, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Relaxed. Also, how cute is this town? Honestly, it's like really, really beautiful. There's mountains everywhere, there's like old buildings, there's all slate on the roofs. It's beautiful.
The cool thing about all this random free food they give you is stuff you'd never bother ordering yourself, and you get to try it. So I quite enjoyed trying all the random things. I'd never have ordered it. Then we also got another drink. I got a Prosecco and Brenna got another beer. I told her to try my Prosecco because we had such success with the Aperol Spritz. I was like, maybe you like Prosecco now. She still doesn't like Prosecco, so all the more for me. Then we went to the bus stop and we got the bus to our campground. It was free. I've probably already mentioned that. I'm excited about these free buses. And we got to camp at a reasonable time, which was nice. The bus only took about 15 minutes to get there. And the plus side about getting to camp early is we had first pick of the spaces. And we actually got a nice one. We're always kind of, a bit slow in the day and get there last, or not last, but, near the end, and have slim pickings. This morning we had prime real estate pickings, and we chose a lovely spot under a tree.
Hello, and welcome to Camping Gerardes. No. Let's start again. Grande Gerardes. Grande Gerardes.
Grandes Jurasses, I think.
Sorry. Anyway, I told Brendan to get the camera out because I had something to say. It wasn't really something to say, it was something to do. We've arrived.
Predictable. Alright.
Cheers. Quick, it's fizzing. Cheers.
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 Still cold.
While we were setting up the tent, we heard the unmistakable sound of cowbells. And it turns out we're next to a giant field full of beautiful little cows. Look at them all walking up the hill. There was even some babies in there and they were absolutely adorable. Then we set up the tent. Brenna did the hoovering. That's when we get the crumbs out. We set it up nice and good and proper. We're here for a couple of days, so we put all the guidelines out because there's a few warnings about thunderstorms late this evening, so we're not taking any chances. And then we enjoyed a bag of crisps and finished off our beers.
Okay, for the first time on the TMB, there's actually a storm over there. We may have set up our tent, but it was a little bit wet, so we haven't done the beds. But now there's thunder. We've had a thunderstorm warning and we can hear it. So now we have to quickly get up our beds and make dinner and try not to get wet. We used to be able to see these mountains and now they're grey and they're angrily shouting at us. So let's quickly build our beds.
So there's some thunder. We haven't seen lightning yet, but there's some thunder, and Danielle is absolutely convinced that the thunder is going to roll into us. So we're making our beds because Danielle's scared that it's about to rain.
You can hear that, right?
She might be right. She might be right. I can't find my rain beds.
Someone's fucked. This is why I'm organised. Good luck to her.
What do you mean her?
I fell down and the rain has arrived. Someone called the police. I'm panicking.
Oh, there was lightning.
Quick. That really hurt. Quick, Brenna.
Oh, jeez. Alright.
Oh, fuck. You're not being quick enough.
I'm being quick. What do you mean that I'm not being quick? I'm taking you seriously. There we go. Everything's okay. It'll pass. So today for dinner we have this fresh pasta stuff. It's called gnocchetti. So it's like gnocchi and spaghetti put together, I guess. I'm not really sure. But we have that with some tomatoes, some cucumber, a can of tuna, and some leaves from yesterday. I've got some olives. Danielle didn't want the olives. And this dressing that's exploded about 4 days ago, but I'm still carrying around. That's dinner.
Good morning and welcome to day 5 on the trail. We've woken up this morning after our rest day. We've come into the town, we've gone to the grocery store, and we're now on the trail. We've just started walking up. The plan today is to go back to the campground we stayed at last night, but we're going to go up, over, then catch a little bus back down. We're doing a big circle today, so that'll be fun. But first of all, let me show you what we got up to this morning.
I'm sorry, but how cute was Brenna's little map there? She made that all by herself and she was very proud of it. I thought it was pretty cute. So we arrived at this campground yesterday after our rest day. The plan for today is to camp in this same campground tonight. So we're going to get a bus to the town, we're going to hike the hike, and then we're going to get a bus back to this campground. Basically, all in the name of not having to carry a bag while we hike. A little bit lazy, maybe, or are we working smarter, not harder?
So it's breakfast time, and I realise I never actually show you what we eat. I just kind of do a time lapse, so I'm going to talk you through what my breakfast is today. We have day-old focaccia from yesterday, sliced tomato, sliced mozzarella, and fresh basil leaves. And then I got some of this speck here, which is like cured meat, which I'm going to do that too. Fold the focaccia over and make a delicious sandwich out of it. This is usually what we eat. It's easy to carry, it's delicious, it's kind of cheap. Not that we're being super cheap, but we are on a budget. And the fresh basil makes it delicious. But yeah, this is how we eat. Delicious. The focaccia was definitely better yesterday and we bought it fresh, but it's still good.
Turns out I didn't actually like that speck. My teeth wouldn't get through it and it definitely wasn't for me.
Every day running for the bus. So I shouted grazie when we got off the bus, but in my best Italian accent, not like I just did then, and the bus driver shouted back to me, and Brenna thought it was a local. Grazie. Nailed it. Better than bonjour.
I'd say mine and Brenna's time management skills is normally pretty good, so I'm not sure why every single day we seem to be running for or nearly missing a bus. Oh well, I guess I'll have to get over it. Anyway, we went to the grocery store and we had to buy some stuff for lunch because, unsurprisingly, we're not organised and we have no food. So we got lunch, we got dinner, and then we got breakfast and lunch for the next day. After the disappointment of the spec, I've gone back to salami. I'm not messing around with that. And we've got some washing powder here. Stay tuned for that because that's an absolute disaster later. Absolute disaster. And of course, we got some sweeties. And for once, I didn't flash my bank card on the internet. Brenna's very proud of me.
Good morning from day 5 on the TMB. Technically day 6 because we had a rest day yesterday, but today we're actually hiking again. We haven't got our big bags with us. We left them in the campground. So if you watched yesterday's, you'll know that we camped for 2 nights at the Val Foret campground. And today we're back in Courmayeur. And today we're going to do day 5/stage 5. We're going to go up, come back down, get the bus back to the campground. We haven't got a big bag, so you can see a little bum bag. Yeah, just thought I'd have a little chat about what we're doing today.
Walking through these cute little towns is possibly one of my favourite parts about the whole trail. This is my meticulous way of measuring to make sure I don't get diarrhea when I put my tablet in.
Looking a little sweaty there, Danielle.
Do you think?
Yeah.
It's because I forgot my hat at home, like an idiot, in the panic while we were running for the bus, which we barely made, so we made the right decision just running. But I think I put my hat back. Oh my God, look, it's so sweaty, it's dripping onto the shirt. I never look like that. It's my back sweat today too, is it?
Doesn't look as bad as the front. Done 300 meters of elevation, 2.5 kilometers. We go for 1 hour. Oh, sorry, I'm a little sweaty.
No.
But I remember the hat.
She looks fine.
No, I'm a sweaty mess.
You don't look it though, I did.
I feel it.
Brenna was an absolute machine this day. I have no idea how she was playing up the hill with such ease. I was absolutely dying, as you may have just seen. Just putting some of my shame on the internet there. We're trying to keep this real and show you that it's actually not as easy as some people make out. It is very difficult. It also didn't help that it was a heat wave.
I see the refuge.
Thank God. I'm sorry, but how beautiful are these views? I'm just going to shut up for a minute and let you admire them. That's where we started. Once we got up to the refuge, we were on the hunt for a shady patch. Half of this refuge was like reserved for like dining if you were going to have like a proper lunch, and we didn't want to do that. We just wanted a drink and a bit of cake. Most of the seats were in the sun, which wasn't great, but someone did leave, and then we did manage to find a shady patch. I went in and got the supplies while Brenna admired the views. We both got a can of drink and a cake.
That's where we came down from the other day.
I'm still not over yesterday's gondola situation. I can't get over the smug look on my face just because I've got a piece of cake. The reason we look so smug is because this is the first time we've actually had cash and been able to stop in one of these refuges because we haven't been that organised and we haven't had cash. So this is a big deal. We've got money and we can afford cake now. Yay. Also, this piece of cake absolutely slapped. And look at this view, honestly. Maybe one of my favourite moments of the whole thing.
We made it up top of the hill, almost at the top of the hill. And there's a refuge called Refuge Batone? I actually can't remember, but we're here. It's beautiful. We have indulged in a can of Coke. Well, Danielle's got a can of Coke, I've got a can of Fanta. A little slice of cake. I really like cake. It's more like a biscuit, like a cookie. It costs €5 for each of the can of drinks and $6.50 for the cake. So $16.50 in total. There was a lizard on the ground.
Sorry about the shoddy camera work. That's what happens when I'm left in charge of it.
It's very warm today. I was feeling a little bit nauseous walking up the hill. Brenna reckons it's because I haven't drank enough water. So I'm going to do that now. Yeah, just going to sit, admire the view, digest our cake. And then it's a tiny little bit more uphill, so we'll do that. Then we're done. It's just a load of wiggly woggling. Well, no, it's still 8 miles. Nowhere near done. It's done about just under 3, and we've got just under 8 to go. So, yeah, beautiful day. Glad I don't have my bag. I think I'd have really struggled trying to do that in my bag. It was pretty up.
Who am I kidding? I did struggle.
Alright, I made it to the top of the hill. Now we're just going to walk along this balcony for like a few hours, I think. There's a refuge in 2 hours. And sorts of ups and downs, but nothing too major.
I honestly think this was maybe one of my favourite days on the whole TMB. But once we got over the hill I wasn't a fan of. Once I had that cake though and that can of Coke, I was really on top of the world. This section was lovely. None of it was particularly steep, it was just like little rolling up and down hills. The views were gorgeous, the wildflowers were stunning, there was cows everywhere. It was quite a busy section though. A lot of people from the town had just come up for day hikes, so definitely a more busy section than what we've done previously, but still, honestly, the views were amazing. Ooh, adventurous. By this point in the day, me and Brenna are starting to get extremely hungry, but there hasn't been anywhere to stop. The last thing we ate was that cake at the top of the hill, and we've been going for quite a few miles. But as luck would have it, there was a refuge around the next bend, which we were extremely grateful to see. And these views, wow. So we decided to stop. You know things were serious because I didn't actually get a beer. I went and got a Coke, and Brenna got a coffee. I wonder what she's thinking about. She looks very serious. Very serious indeed. This can of Coke and coffee was very much needed. And look at these views. We sat here for about half an hour and just relaxed and enjoyed the lovely scenery and waited for the caffeine to kick in.
So we've made it to Refuge Banati. I've gone for a coffee, an Americano, had a little bit of sugar in there, Danielle's got a can of Coke. We're probably going to eat our lunch soon, and we've only got 3 miles left, so 3 miles downhill. We'll have a little break.
We never did eat our lunch. We decided to run down the hill to catch the bus.
Also, you can probably see, but the view from this one is amazing. Perhaps better than the last one. I feel like every refuge we go to, the view just gets better and better. Also, it cost us $6.50 for 1 Americano and 1 can of Coke.
I really needed a wee the whole way here. There was literally nowhere to go. So we decided to stop and have a drink. The clouds are starting to look a little menacing. If you remember from yesterday, there were some horrendous thunderstorms in the evening. So we are going to try and race our way back down again. It's about 3:30 now. We've got 3 miles to go, so I'm hoping to do that in about an hour and a half. And then we've got to get a bus, which is about 15 minutes on the bus. So we just need to try and figure out what time that goes and try and line it up and get a wiggle on. We've got to do laundry, we've got to shower, we've got to wash our hair. We've got to make dinner, and hopefully it doesn't rain too early, because last night we were kind of trapped in the tent from like 6 o'clock.
Not ideal.
This campground doesn't have that many options for like just sitting and chilling. But this refuge here is lovely. I'm also enjoying a Coke. I'm a changed woman, no beer. I need the caffeine, you see.
I'm clearly very proud of myself for not getting that beer. And as you can see, these clouds don't look really menacing, but if you know anything about mountain weather, this means there could be a thunderstorm in about half an hour. As soon as the clouds start forming, they just don't stop. They just get scarier and bigger and greyer. So that's why we're running. As you can see, it is slowly getting worse and worse as these clips go on. Then after skipping lunch, the weather mugged us off on the way down the hill. It actually looked glorious, so we skipped lunch for absolutely nothing. We were rewarded with these beautiful wildflowers though. Plus sides. When we got down to the bus stop, there was quite a crowd of people, and we were a little bit worried about getting on this bus. Which we were right to be, because it was absolutely jam-packed and the driver didn't want to open the door, but he did eventually, and we managed to squeeze on the back. A few people got off and just walked one stop, which was very nice of them. Also, if you do ride the bus, take your backpack off, because that was the main issue. People didn't take their bag off.
That was quite an ordeal, wasn't it? That might have been the busiest bus I've ever been on. We've been on quite a few buses in quite a few countries. Luckily, an old lady shouted at the bus driver and he opened the doors and we managed to squeeze on. Or it would have been an hour walk down very steep roads. Oh well.
I think skipping lunch may have been a bad idea because we both weren't in the best of moods when we got to camp. In particular, Brenna, you'll hear her rant in a minute. So we made dinner, we had the same as yesterday, and yeah, it was basically like a pasta with some tuna. And then we went to do laundry, the machine was broken, everything was soaking wet in the machine after the rinse had finished. The tumble dryer didn't dry any of it, so then I had to hand wring it out before I could put it in the dryer. Then once it came out the dryer, I then had to hang it up, and then it was still wet in the morning.
€10 wasted.
Do you know what they have done well?
Nothing.
The dish pot area.
Well, there's about 1,000 sinks to wash your dishes, yeah. If you like washing your dishes, come here. But if you want to shower, you want to go to the toilet, you want to charge something, use Wi-Fi, you want a bin, don't bother.
We did go on a little bit of a walk to let off some steam, and Brenna found a cow to have a stare off with, and she did win, so that was a positive end to the day.
Good morning from day 6 on the TMB. We're going into Switzerland today, isn't that exciting? Just walked here in a couple of days. No big deal. Lint? Is that Swiss?
I think so.
I think that's Swiss. I could go for a lint bowl.
Hello and welcome to day 6. So if you watched yesterday's episode, you'll know we left it on a little bit of a honest yet negative review, I'd say. So let me explain. This campground definitely hasn't been what we were expecting. You get given a card with your showering, which is completely fine, so you only have 2 minutes of hot water, but none of the cards worked, so we had ice cold showers, which left us a little cranky. There's not many spaces for you to cook. There's literally one bench under shelter and it rained, so again, not ideal. If you want to eat there, there's only like 3 tables inside and you have to make a reservation. Also not ideal. The washing machine was broken. It had no door handle. I only realised once I got my laundry in. I couldn't get it out. Brenna had to use a coin to pry it open, and when we finally did get it open, everything was soaking wet, so that was also a negative. I also paid for the tumble dryer, but I didn't want to put my clothes in soaking wet, so I had to hand wring everything. I put it in the dryer also didn't work, so then I had to hang everything up. Then in the morning, it was still all wet. All round, negative experience. The plus side was we were right next to these cute cows, so that was nice. I feel like it's best to be honest with you guys and not sugarcoat it. It was a bit of a disaster of a stay. I'm sure other people had a nice time, but we just didn't.
You've got to smile through the troubles. You have no idea the terrible morning we've had. All of our clothes are soaking wet. And we're just in a really bad mood, to be honest.
All the battery packs are dead.
All the battery packs are dead because there's no other charge here. We're about to get this bus, but we're hoping we get on, because if you saw yesterday's bus, it was a nightmare. And Brenna's not feeling well. And there was one more thing. Oh, my breakfast. I bought these wraps. My God, I was literally laughing so hard, I looked like I was crying. How am I meant to eat this? I guess maybe you're right. I wasn't sad about the wraps. It was hilarious, and my hay fever plays up real early morning, so don't worry, I wasn't crying about the wraps. But it does mean I haven't eaten much this morning. Brenna has lovingly given me one of her rolls for my lunch this afternoon.
Mine's hard as a rock. All of them. Hello? Come in.
Anybody home? Well, this is breakfast, I'm going to start eating this one. YOLO. And I've thrown them disgusting wraps in the bin, so if you see wraps in Italy and you think that's a good idea, it's not. Okay? Not the kind I got anyway.
So we were actually so concerned about this bus, we ended up getting to the bus stop 15-20 minutes early in the hope that, we'd be there before everyone else. That wasn't the case, it was already busy. Luckily we did manage to get on. The problem is the bus comes from Courmayeur, and a lot of people come up here for day hikes, so they get on there, and by the time they get to the campground it's already pretty full. But we managed to squeeze on, so that was good.
We managed to fit on the bus, so that's good news. Just applied our sun cream, and we're ready. We're about to hit the trail. Judging by my map, it's a little bit flat, then it's all the way up, then it's all the way down. Well, not all the way down, then it's halfway down, then we stop for the night. Then tomorrow morning we wake up and we carry on going down. And we're going into Switzerland today, isn't that exciting? I feel very groovy today.
Have you ever been to Switzerland?
No, I haven't. My plan for Switzerland is to get some chocolate and perhaps a fondue.
Ooh, Toblerone.
Oh, yeah.
This is your second new country in a week.
God damn.
And you walked here.
I did, yeah. Just walked here in a couple of days. No big deal. This morning I woke up and Brenna was like, oh yeah, you had some horrendous bags. All the way down to here. You did. Shockingly bad. You
said big. I said big bags.
Horrendous, she said.
I didn't.
Heinous. Heinous? Right, let's go. I'm rambling. We're going to start walking up. There's a refuge halfway up. Going to see how we feel. I'm feeling pretty good because it's quite cool at the moment. I think it's going to be a scorcher of a day yet again.
All of our washing was wet from yesterday, which means that I'm wearing wet clothes and I smell like damp. So it's not good. So we're hoping to do laundry when we get there.
Again.
10 euros wasted. 10 euros and like 3 hours of our time completely wasted. You know, it is what it is.
I'm nailed it.
I would not recommend that campsite. I would not recommend doing laundry there. I would not recommend showering there, charging any things there, eating any food there.
It's time to put our bags on, let's go. If I find a place that sells cake, I'm getting it again because yesterday's cake was so good. I don't care if it's €7.50, which is like 15 Canadian dollars for a piece of cake this big. I'm having it.
My favourite kind of trail is one where you can see the switchbacks ahead of you, so you know it's not going to be too grueling, and you can see everyone else steadily plodding along, and I'm like, this ain't going to be so bad. This is going to be a pleasant hike. And I won't lie to you, this section actually was quite nice. Don't get me wrong, it was uphill, but overall, very nice.
That's why we don't like walking over snow bridges.
Snow bridges definitely are one of my fears. I'm not really sure why I'm so scared of them, but they're terrifying. The idea of falling through? No. Not for me. Not for me at all. But something that is for me apparently now is filming. Look how good this clip is. I filmed this. Normally it's shaky and Brenna's not in the screen. Now she is. I look like a professional, huh? You think I'm trying to do this for a living. I shouldn't be impressed with this though. Watch me climb up these rocks. I look like a really bad mountain goat. Look at that. I look about 90 years old. I've made it look harder than it is. Also, this is my pet peeve on the trail. Don't leave your things in the way. Move it to the side. We arrived at this refuge and my god, I'm excited for the cake. I just love how rustic all of the refuges are up here. I'd love to see them covered in snow, like during a ski season. I reckon they're absolutely adorable. Spoiler alert, that's the first piece of cake. Look at my hungry eyes staring at Brenna thinking, hurry up, I want a piece.
Stopped for a coffee, a cake, a Coke, and Brenna's just going for another cake because one cake didn't cut it and it was so good, so I'm not sure what she's going to come out with. I told her to get something we haven't had before, so let's see. Let's see what she returns with. Climb up was pretty grueling. Just heard a tour guide say it's going to be steep for the next bit, and then hopefully it's a bit nicer, not as steep. With the bear. We started down there, so we still have a ways to go. We're a bit further than I thought we were actually. Just under halfway maybe. We're both struggling a bit today, both not feeling very well, I'm feeling a bit tired. I don't think I ate enough dinner or breakfast, so it's starting to flag, but hopefully the caffeine will help.
I don't know what it is, but I just went that one, please. I think it's the same for apples. It's just way bigger.
Looks like maybe there's a lemon in there, orange or something.
Okay, let's talk about what's in our giant bags, because I feel like you've probably noticed them because they're huge and they're in every shot. And I'm nosy and I always want to know what other people have, so I'm going to tell you what I've got in my bag, even if you don't care. I'm going to tell you all about it. So we actually are carrying a 3-person backpacking tent. It's the Kelty Ashcroft 3. I know we shouldn't be carrying a 3-person tent, it's extra heavy, but it means we can keep our bags in when it rains, and there's space for all our things. I like space. We also have Kelty sleeping bags, which are down to 20 Fahrenheit, so probably too warm for this trip to be honest, but it's what we had, and I don't have another one, so that's why I brought that. Shoes we've got are the Ultra Lone Peak 9s. We've never used Lone Peak before, we're normally Hoka girls, but we've decided to give these a try and we both really like them. We enjoyed the large toe box for our puffy little feet as we were going up and down the hills. And our beds are the X-Ped beds, they're the green ones, they're blow up like air beds, and we have them big ugly mats on the side for, you know, emergencies in case we pop the bed.
We can finally see the top. Probably 2 of a mile away, and not too much higher. Woo! 660 metres, 5.5 kilometres.
Then we're going to have lunch. Then it's all downhill, baby. We've also put some electrolytes in our water. Us being good gals drinking.
Hardly. We've had 1 litre between us the whole way up.
I had a calicoba.
I had a coffee.
What did you have at breakfast?
A coffee?
Me too. Turns out we've actually done terribly. But we've got electrolytes in our water now, so. Anywho, it's all downhill after this. Toodaloo.
Not toodaloo, I'm being delusional.
That's the refugio we had cake at. We'd already been climbing for an hour before we got there.
Best part of the day. I'm surprised we're not sick of bread, meat and cheese by now, but we're really not.
Another day, another baguette with a view.
The whole time we were eating lunch, I was staring at this ice field and watching people slip, and I was absolutely terrified to do it. It was actually giving me like bellyache, like that anxious feeling.
These shoes are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Famous last words where I slip and tumble to my death.
Drama queen Danny's back on the scene again.
I'm actually quite impressed with myself. I just did a scary section and didn't fall over. We might now mountain here.
I'm not gonna lie, I got the camera out because I thought she was gonna fall. I didn't want her to fall, obviously, that would be mean. But I did think she might have a little slip, you know? It wouldn't be the first time on this trip that she slipped in the snow.
Guess what? We've just crossed into a new country. We're now in Switzerland. Let's go get some chocolate.
Sadly, the chocolate was out of our budget.
Didn't realise there was a refugio here, but we've stumbled across something and we both went, shall we stop?
It looks lovely.
So we're gonna stop.
This was such an unexpected surprise and a much needed morale boost. And you guess what we get? Spoiler alert, it's not a piece of cake. No big surprise, we went for beer. Then we examined the map to see how much further we had to go, and unfortunately I took my hat off, which I shouldn't have.
Had no idea this was here. Probably should have looked at the map because it was on the map. But what a nice surprise. Little beer stop. It's really beautiful. There's some cows. I'm happy.
Cheers. Oh, it had a name on it. I think it is Veronica. Veronica! Camels called Veronica.
Now, I don't want to look like a crazy lady, but these cows actually had name tags, and when you called their names, they knew them. They looked at you. These ladies knew their names. That blew my mind. We spent well, not quite hours, but you know, a good 45 minutes shouting at the cows. Don't they look majestic? See, now you can't tell me that Layla didn't know her name. You heard that, right? I'm sorry, but how cute are these cows? The fact they had name tags, I'm still not over it. Anyway, once we finished talking with the cows, I'll have to be over it. It was time to continue our descent down. This bit wasn't that nice, it was quite rocky and quite steep and a bit tough on the knees. But then we crossed over this lovely river and it turned into a tarmac path. A lot of people hate the tarmac, but it was quite a break from having to step over all the rocks, so I'll take it. And look how beautiful these views are.
I fell down and cut my knee.
It's because all afternoon you were filming me hoping I'd fall down.
Fell down on the pavement.
Very scenic spot though. I stand by that. Very scenic.
I wasn't even taking a picture or anything, I was just walking. And then I just fell down.
She fell there. So after poor Brenna took a little tumble there, we had to keep walking to the campsite. It was about 20 minutes. Then we arrived here at the camping area. We went to the reception. We told them we were TMB hikers. They told us where to go. We paid the money. All the same boring stuff. Then we set up the tent. We're really excited to have showers today because it's been a really hot day. And we also can do our laundry here, we asked, and they can change the euros for us to Swiss francs so we can do the laundry. So that's a bonus. Once we were showered, we went and dealt with the laundry. I won't lie to you, the bag, when I opened it, it bloody humdinged. It was a smelly bag of damp clothes. And to be honest, it just made us annoyed all over again that we had to pay for laundry, even though we did it yesterday. Here was the first glimpse at some Swiss francs. They're pretty, aren't they? I think they were quite nice looking. Most of them went into the washing machine though, so bye Swiss francs. Then we headed up to the town to go and do some grocery shopping for dinner because we have no food again. Unsurprising because we're not organised. I won't lie to you though, this shop was slim pickings, and everyone says Switzerland's expensive. They weren't joking. That Toblerone was 14 euros. So I didn't get a Toblerone because I couldn't afford it. We grabbed some weird things for dinner because it was all there was and we were trying to be semi-budget conscious. We went back, we put the stuff in the tumble dryer, and then we ate our weird concoction of dinner. No judgment here, please. I've got a cold can of ravioli, Brenna had some cold soup, we had some hot dog buns, and we had some yogurts. Yes, I know, it's a bit of a weird mixture, but it's what we were working with, and to be honest, it did the job. We're full. You can see that we're both not the most impressed by it as we're staring at all the packaging, but yeah, we didn't go to bed hungry, so that's a win.
Hello. Can you just pop that down the end there for me? It's my outfit for tomorrow.
Good morning from day 7 on the TMB. Please excuse my voice, it's a little croaky. I've somehow picked up an illness whilst being out in nature all the time. Today we're waking up in Switzerland. We're at Camping des Glaciers and we are walking up to Champex Lake. This is our campground. It's pretty bloody beautiful. It is currently 7:30 in the morning. Danielle's just getting changed in the tent. I've just made some coffee, got changed. It's a beautiful morning. It is forecasted to rain all day though, so fingers crossed it doesn't, but we've got a really, really easy day ahead of us. We only have, I think it's about 7 miles and 450 meters of elevation gain. So today starts off all downhill, and then just towards the end as we get to the town, we go uphill. Again, please excuse the sound of my voice. I'm not feeling too bad, so an easy day is gonna be good for me because I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but yeah, it's going to be good. Yesterday was pretty easy, a little bit easier than we thought it was going to be.
Oh, hello.
Weather's been beautiful this whole trip, so I mean, it's about time it probably rained. There are some clouds in the sky. It looks absolutely gorgeous right now, but hopefully it doesn't rain. It might though, who knows, but yeah, day 7 on the TMB.
This is us confirming, yes, it is indeed gonna rain. Look at them big clouds growing.
This is definitely the densest bread we've had so far. But there was only one loaf on the shelf and this was it.
I think it is. I've squashed it.
Looks like the rain has almost arrived and it's 9 a.m. 9 a.m. it looks like that. Hopefully we can outrun it. We have been very lucky so far though. Very hot and sunny. Maybe we'll get lucky again. I don't know. It's raining. It's the first time I've ever used my rain cover. And it doesn't fit. So hopefully nothing gets wet.
This is what she looks like from behind. I'm not going to show it.
It's not covering the essentials, only covering that stupid mat. The sides are exposed. Everything is wet. Down the rain.
It's rain and drops.
Not hallelujah.
It's rain and drops.
Small plus side to this though, it does make carrying the rain pants and raincoat feel like it was actually worth it, you know?
I'd have rather carried them for 10 days and not had to use them though.
Yeah, I guess, me too.
I fashioned something out of my hat that stops my hood from covering my eyes, which is nice. And the worst part about this is we are staying in a tent tonight. I don't know how we're going to dry everything, but I think it's supposed to be sunny tomorrow. So I feel like worst case, it'll just be wet and then we'll just hang on our bags tomorrow.
It's so early too. Hopefully it'll be sunny tonight.
Yeah, hopefully it stops. I mean, the weather forecast said it was going to rain all day. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it stops in the evening. That'd be nice. I guess we'll see.
For the rest of the morning, we were mostly on the edge of the rain clouds. Mostly just drizzle and then sunny patches. The trees helped keep us dry.
It's so humid.
Via carotid. What a brag. That did really. I think it's one this time. It's quite a drop though. It's 11:45, in my head it was a bit later, so I've accidentally ordered a beer before noon. Brenda's been sensible, got a coffee. My beer hasn't arrived yet, so that also fills me with a little bit of dread. Where's it coming from? Why can't I watch him do it? Has he got like a dank basement where he's cracking open a crusty old can? I'm joking, I'm sure it'll be nice.
Oh dear, that's a storm coming this way. And there's rain down there.
Brenda claims she heard thunder, I didn't hear it.
That is actually
Let's
quite
get darker
scary.
and darker so we need to get moving, alright?
Oh man.
No way we say let's get moving again.
Alright. Please excuse the fuzzy microphone, but it is a bit windy because there's a storm a-brewing. So Danielle's done some peeping on booking.com. She stopped me in my tracks as we were walking down the hill and she's like, this one's only 150.
I found a good place that's cheap.
Breakfast included?
Breakfast included, and it's on the lake.
Show me some things.
On the lake.
Alright.
So I only got 3 reviews. That's the downside, but I think
good.
that's why it's cheap. It's got a bar, it's got a little deck if the sun does come out, which it probably will as soon as we pay money for something. It's called Le Cabanon. Le Cabanon. What are we thinking? Should we stay there or not?
What do the reviews say? What is it?
It's a solid 10 with 3 reviews.
Shared bathroom.
Shared bathroom.
150 euros for a night. I mean, it's pretty expensive, but we're in Switzerland and it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. I really wanted to camp the whole thing, but you know what? I didn't sleep well last night. I'm a bit ill. It's gonna rain. I need to turn the camera around because this town's beautiful. Wow, look at these old buildings. This town is so cute. It's really old. There's like old rickety buildings everywhere. It's really, really cute. Little flower boxes everywhere, shutters on all the windows. I like it. I feel like the scenery today hasn't been as amazing as it has because we haven't gone up high anywhere. But at least we get to walk through these little towns.
One of mine and Brenna's favourite things about travelling is saying hello to friendly cats, and these ones were no exception. Look how friendly they are. They're so cute. I was kind of sad to have to say goodbye to them. I miss having a cat that I can stroke on a regular basis, but you know, we'll take stroking random ones every now and then over nothing, I guess.
We've booked accommodation for tonight. As you can maybe see, it's still trying to rain on us, and to be honest, it doesn't take much for us to book something.
We're doing pretty good though.
No, we have.
7 nights now in the tent.
Yeah, we have. And it is actually raining, and me and Brenna are both coming down with something. Our throats are itchy. Check-in's at 4. It's now 1, so it's pretty perfect. We're just going to walk, and we'll get there for check-in time. It's got free breakfast. We can charge everything, because charging at the campgrounds is a nightmare. It's also nice knowing that I don't have to run and like try and get the best campground and try and get the best plug. Again, totally doable. I'm just looking for excuses. So if you are camping, no big deal. Also, if you do plan on doing this itinerary that we're doing, I'll tell you where we were going to camp. It's literally like 1 minute down the road, so you still can camp the whole way. So this video still makes sense, all right? But this place looks good. We're going to have breakfast on the deck. Can't wait to see you tomorrow for that. What do you reckon? Parma ham and melon? That's my guess.
Nah, omelette.
Omelette? Oh, I like an omelette.
Omelette and fruit. A bit of bread.
If you've been watching this whole series, then you'll know that all we've eaten for breakfast is bread, salami, cheese. We're getting a bit sick of bread, salami and cheese. Brenna's got a sandwich in her bag. It's lunchtime. I don't want it.
Oh, the rain's getting worse.
The rain's getting real bad, so we better go. That was a big drop.
I need to put this microphone away.
Oh, shit. We made the right decision on the thing. Right, we're just going to plough through. I'll catch up with you soon, all right? Toodaloo, friends.
teas.
Doesn't taste that good.
Pretty good. Today's baguette. Today's view.
That hill nearly killed me. That's so hot.
As we entered the town, we literally walked up on this gorgeous lake, and as you can see, the weather's now lovely. Because we paid £150 for accommodation, the sun's come out. Haha. No regrets, absolutely none. The only regret we do have is not going for a wild swim, because people were in there and I was jealous, and now I'm looking back and I'm like, I should have got in. I should have done it. Look how cool that would have been. We carried on walking around the lake, and then we arrived at the guest house we'll be staying in. It was exactly as described. It looked new, it looked nice. This is like a ban-on, and it really is on the lake. I don't know how I did so well for such a good price tag.
Welcome to our room for the evening. €150 well spent, I'd say. We're both very grubby, so we're about to have a shower. First impressions of the place, very nice, very clean. Until I sat on the bed, then now it's a little dusty, but I'll just dust that off, it'll be fine. They gave me a Swiss chocolate. How cute. Definitely chocolate. I was scared for a minute, then maybe it'll be soap. Oh. Pretty good. That last bit, the downhill. Well, we started at the downhill ramp, then we had a big uphill. That was tough. It was so humid where it's like, been trying to storm all day. Disgusting. Really didn't enjoy it. Both of us really struggled. Took us so much longer than we thought we would. Brandon's not feeling very well. She's losing her voice. We made the right decision by staying here, I think, because we're both not feeling tip-top, so when we're going to have a shower, wash our hair, go out, see what the food offerings are in the local shop, figure out what we can eat for dinner, because we're here, we can't really cook, so we might end up going out for dinner, but we'll see. It's Switzerland and it's pretty pricey. We already dropped 150 on this. I can't wait to sleep on an actual bed though. My pillow won't be made of my breath, it'll be a real pillow.
That's gonna help everything.
These are my favourite as a kid. I don't know what it was about them, but they just felt like a big deal. Like a Magnum double caramel, but better.
This might be the best ice cream I've ever eaten.
Really?
No exaggeration. Oh, good. You want to buy it?
Yeah. After that kind of claim. I want to eat it all. That actually is really good.
Oh, so good.
Then of course we went and had a cheeky beer by the lake, because would it even be us if we didn't have a beer by the lake? The sun was out and it would have been rude not to. It was pretty steep, but you know, we were on the lake and we were in Switzerland, so we've paid more in the refuges, so I'm not that mad about it. Then we headed to the grocery store. It was only a few doors down, and we grabbed some stuff for dinner. The essentials, you know, wine, bread, and we ended up with soup.
We just bought dinner from the grocery store. We've got soup again, we've got bread, we've got wine, Danielle's got a beer, and we got some crisps.
I'm not very happy about the soup for dinner, but it has to be done because we went over the road to look at how much lunch food would be, and a burger was 30 monies. That's 32 English pounds, 60 Canadian dollars for a burger without cheese.
No cheese.
Without the cheese.
I got some Ricola because I'm not feeling very well. I've had to bribe Danielle with beer and wine because she's not happy about dinner.
I'm now happy. You know that beer only cost me $1.30.
She also got a croissant.
I've eaten that already. The grocery store's one door up. I was hungry, okay? I had to appease the hangry monster, which is now appeased, so now I don't care. Do what you want, Brenna. I've also got...
Also, this is our hotel here. And this is the view.
I accidentally picked the best place in town. I don't know why it's so cheap.
Yes, that is croissant crumbs all over my face. Do excuse that. Sorry about that.
Hello everyone, welcome to me trying a Swiss beer. I know what you're thinking, you drink beer every day, but I get it on draft and they never tell me what it is and I have no idea. I could be drinking Peroni for all I know, because it's just large beer, please. So today I've helped myself to a Feldschlossen. It was really cheap, which was another reason I got it, I won't lie. Hey, cheers. Feldschlossen is good. I could get sloshened on some Feldschlossen. Sloshen, isn't that funny? I'm not making it up either. It's nice. You'll like that.
After complaining about the soup for a really long time, it actually turns out it was really good and this was the best bread the whole trail. We made the right decision staying in the guest house because the rain did arrive and it thundered all night, so we're nice and dry. Yay! Look how snug and smug I am. See you tomorrow for day 9. This morning we woke up in a gorgeous guest house right on Champex Lake. This is a real splurge for us because, as you may or may not know, we've been camping the whole way on the T&B and this morning we woke up in a real bed, so we're feeling on top of the world today, and look at these views, you just can't beat them. And there was even breakfast included. Yum.
Good morning and welcome to day 8 on the TMB. We're in fantastic spirits. See? Because we slept in a real bed and I just had the best breakfast. Man just kept bringing things out. Apricots, raspberries, strawberries, croissants, bread, ham, cheese, yogurt. Couldn't even eat it all. Really nice coffee. And I tried apricot juice for the first time, which was absolutely delicious. Plan for today, obviously, is to walk the TMB. Probably already knew that. I'm going to go to the grocery store, grab some bread and some salami, because, you know, classic TMB lunch for us. Then we have a incline, then a decline. Is that the right word? We go up, then we go down, then we camp. We better get going. It's nice and cool today too. It rained last night, so we definitely made the right decision. Brenna's still not feeling well. At least it's cooler and we've had a better night's sleep and we didn't have to pack anything down, so that's good. Just finishing packing so we can get out of here. Recommend this place, it was great.
Today, I think it's probably like 16 kilometres because every day has been 16 kilometres. 800 metres of elevation gain, don't know how much down. We get flat for a bit, then steep up, steep down, then we get to Trient. Then there's a town just past it called Le Puty. That's where we're gonna camp. Back to camping, unfortunately. The problem with staying in a hotel for one night is you want to stay in a hotel every night because you're like, I don't want to sleep in my tent now. I want a continental breakfast. Oh well, I've just packed my bag. I really don't feel very well. But it is what it is. And also my knee brace still hurts. I fell down and cut my knee. I'm falling apart. But it's okay, I've got some Ricola.
What happens if you eat too many?
If you eat too many, you do give yourself diarrhea. It says so in French on the packet.
That hasn't happened to you yet, has it?
Not yet, but I have had half a packet, so it's only a matter of time. Yeah. Let's go, I guess. Nice bag.
Once we checked out, it was time to go and get some food supplies for the day.
This one's warm. Oh yeah, I'll get that one. Or baguette. Is it easier on the trail? But this is nice though, isn't it?
Unsurprisingly, we bought bread, meat and cheese for lunch and then a few snacks. Then we started our trail. We had to leave behind the gorgeous views of Champex Lake and we had a lovely morning ahead of us. Most of the trail was flat or downhill. We walked through some gorgeous meadows. It was a lovely path, as you can see here, nice and wide so we could walk next to each other and chat. We walked through a few cute little villages with literally 3 or 4 houses, loads of gorgeous streams, lots of nice cows. Honestly, this was such a lovely morning. It was about 5 kilometres and it was just lovely the whole way. Gorgeous views, nice and open, so green. And then the climb began and we started to get a little bit tired. As you can see here, I'm struggling a smidgen, but I'm trying to hide it from you. Here I am, not hiding it anymore. The struggle was real. I feel like the night in the bed made us feel even worse. As soon as the uphill began, we just could not. But the first 5k, absolutely delightful. We had to fill up our water bottles. As we've mentioned before, we treat all of our water here, so don't worry about that. We pop a tablet in. And then I was so hungry, I ate my snack very early on in the day. Then we came across a terrifying avalanche area.
Just come across this big patch of snow that's all like holy and ridgy. The trail just kind of ends and there's no clear path across. A bit confused.
It looks very unsafe.
Looks very unsafe. I can hear like dripping and there's loads of like cracks and stuff.
There's big like that's probably at least a foot. Like drop. It's like big craters.
Alright, we're watching this group go across and they seem to be not having too much trouble. So I think we're going to attempt it. It looks worse than it probably is. Look at these cracks. Huge.
They're still walking in the snow there, look.
I feel like these clips aren't doing it justice. This bit was so big and so scary. You can see a few boulders there, like how big they are for comparison. It was absolutely terrifying. I hate walking across any snowy patches anywhere, especially when there's water underneath. And then a couple of days later, Brenna saw all these groups in the Facebook post and it was literally so dangerous they had to come and do something about it. So I was right to be terrified. Then we had to walk down the path and it turned into a waterfall, which was very pretty.
Now where? It's the longest rock hop ever. Goes on forever.
I definitely did not hear a word of what Brenna said.
This is pretty, isn't it? I feel like I'm gonna have a tropical oasis.
The tropical oasis didn't last long and then the uphill began and it got quite steep actually, so here's some clips of me struggling up the hill.
Sweet Mother of Mary. Just go around the corner and look at that.
This climb absolutely kicked both of our butts. I'm not sure why we struggled so hard. I think it's probably because it's been multiple days of hiking on the trot and it's just slowly starting to catch up with us. Our bodies are just tired. In reality, it wasn't really that much of a big climb, but my God, it felt like the worst day yet. Even though it wasn't. I don't know, maybe we were just tired and hungry, but it felt tough. But when we got in there, look how cute this little refuge was. Very nice.
We got a Coke out of a big 2-litre bottle and a knockoff Fanta, again out of a big 2-litre bottle. Cup is not very big and this cost me €8 and it looks a little flat. Wasn't even in a fridge, it's not even cold.
Le train, on le prend pas à Chamonix. On le prend à Lyon.
Barely. And it tastes flat, it's disgusting. Very disappointed. Tastes flat. No, I have a can. €8. All the other ones have been great. This one, scam. Even if you're dying walking up the hill. And it feels like a miracle. It's not.
Il est prêt ou pas toi ton sac?
They're my thoughts. We've been very negative today, aren't we? I'm sorry about that.
It smells like Fanta.
C'est sûr, Chamonix, c'est juste qu'on descend après.
Tastes like Fanta.
Yeah?
It's flat. It's not warm, but it's not cold.
on arrive au-dessus et on descend après.
Here's what it is, you know?
We can have our picnic here, so that's good news.
We can have our picnic here because we've consumed.
Je connais pas le nom de la route.
So for €8 we get to eat our lunch on a bench.
Yeah.
I'm actually willing to pay that. Get the lunch outside up.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm watching this back and it's really making me laugh how grumpy we were. I think we must have been hangry. So this is like real footage of hangry me and Brenna. Apparently we just get really grumpy. Spirits definitely lift once we eat this food, so you'll just have to wait for us to look a little bit more happy after we've eaten.
Now that I've had some lunch and a drink, I've calmed down. This is actually a really nice stop and I do recommend it. You're allowed to eat your picnic here, which is quite nice. The drinks are probably no more expensive than everywhere else. I paid €5 for a can the other day. At least it was a big glass, I guess. I probably got more. It's 3DL. They do a weird measurement here. I still haven't figured out what DL means. Lunch was lovely. Got 0.3 to the top, which we both can't wait for it to just be over. Then it's downhill all the way to town. There's 2 camping options. One's half an hour before and is a little bit less downhill. It looks like it's in a refugio and then you can just pay to camp in the grounds. Or we can carry on going down and there's a field which is cheaper, but we're just going to see how we feel when we get down there. I'm excited to get going. Feeling better now. Less cranky. Also, there's a thermometer over there. It's bloody 30 degrees. No wonder we're struggling. 30 degrees with a 35-pound bag.
I think we made it to the top. It's downhill from here. Yeah! Thank fuck for that.
Ready?
That was the hardest climb of this whole trip.
As you can see, spirits are now even higher as we climb down this hill. We went through some gorgeous meadows, then we had a lovely shaded patch in the trees. The only snag about this section was it was pretty steep on the way down and there were a lot of rocks, so we had to be really careful with our footing, so it was very slow going down in this section. But to be honest, we were just glad to be going down. Camp was in sight. That means it's nearly dinner time, our second favourite time of the day after lunch. Okay everyone, I'd like to introduce you to Laura, another cow with a name tag. If you've been watching this whole series, you'll know how much we love a cow with a name tag. Unfortunately, some of them didn't have name tags. That's number 7. Bit boring, but it's what it is.
You're a nice cow, aren't you? Number 7? You're very nice, number 7. Yes.
So after we finished stroking the cows, we were there for quite a while. We arrived in the first town, which is the first camping option of our 2 options for today. We didn't know whether to stop there or not, but we saw a place that sold beer, so we decided to have a drink and sit and think about our options and decide what we were going to do.
The world's smallest beer. It's only 250ml. I need about 7 of these. It's a good start though. We still do have 2 miles to walk, but you know us, we saw a good looking spot and we couldn't help ourselves.
So yeah, we decided that it was best to keep walking. It was only a few more miles and it would make tomorrow easier, and it was still kind of early, so we decided to soldier on through. It was still all downhill and we had this cool little section here where we walked up above the road, which is pretty cool. Then we could see the campground, so once you can see it, you're basically there, right? Unwritten hiking rule. We've made it, it's there.
That's where we're headed.
There was a lot more spaces than we were expecting. From above, it looked pretty busy, but there was lots of space, so we pitched up our tent, which didn't take too long. We're really good at this now. And then we decided we better go into the little shop because it closed soon to get some stuff for dinner.
So we just went into the shop where we were hoping to buy some things for dinner. Didn't really have anything in it, so it's a bit of a disaster. So I've got a waffle and 2 boxes of children's cereal.
I have this.
Waffle's good. It was reasonably priced. Everything was €1. I also got banana. Be more organised than us, okay? Be more organised than us.
The plus side to our severe under-organisation is we get to eat pizza for dinner, so I'm not that mad about it. There's actually pizza, and we had a cider to mix things up. Cheers. The cider was also so good. We don't normally get cider, but that one was tasty. Then my little buzzer went off and it was time to go and collect the pincer. The difference between pincer and pizza is the dough is fermented for longer and it's normally in a square/oval shape and it's got different flours in it. It's not just one flour, it's like a blend. And sorry we're not talking on this. There was some music playing in the background, so for like copyright we couldn't talk. So you've got me having a voiceover instead. But this pizza was absolutely delicious. It had zucchini/courgette on the top, bacon, and it was like a white sauce. And it was very filling. We also ate some leftover stuff from the bottom of our bag to, you know, try and keep costs down without having to pay for 2 pizzas. Then we admired the map to see what the plan for tomorrow was, what we had to do, how much up, how much down. It's a big up tomorrow morning, nice and early. And then we went off to bed and watched some Netflix. Yes, it's hanging via a sports bra. Hello and a very good morning from day 9 on the TMB. This is actually going to be our last full day. Isn't that upsetting? I feel like I'm kind of sad for this to be over. We woke up in this gorgeous campground. Look at these absolutely stunning views. I did the beds, Brenna did the breakfast, the usual thing. This is Brenna cutting up all the things. My favourite part about this clip is watch her head. It soars with the knife. It's coming up. Here we go. Whoa. Why does it go at the same time? Funny, no? Anyway, I'll let you have some quiet clips before I start talking again.
You have a lot of herbs in your teeth, does that mean I do? Hello and welcome to day 9 on the TMB. We've woken up in a cute little campground. It was very slow, but we slept quite well, which was good. Today's got an exciting plan. We're heading to Argentière. The weather tomorrow looks atrocious, so we're going to get a bus into Chamonix, stay in Chamonix, wait a day, and then get the bus back, and then hike the section without a bag, because the last section's the more scary bit with a few like chains and ladders. And I don't want to do that in the rain, it doesn't sound fun. And I think it might be quite a fun section, so just going to wait a day and go and do that. We've had sausage and bread. That shop was terrible, as you may remember from yesterday, so we're running on rations here. We also don't have anything for lunch, so you may see us eating at a auberge today. Who knows? That might be exciting. We're going straight into a climb, which I can't really be bothered to do, but it's got to be done. Weather's lovely though. Beautiful view of a glacier here. I'm kind of glad we carried on hiking to here because this is a very nice campground.
Oh no. Oh no.
Should we try and help?
How scared. Oh no. Nothing like a bit of morning entertainment. Just a ball loose on the campground.
This literally went on for about 30 minutes and none of us really knew how to help or could figure out if these bulls were safe to be around, so we kind of all just stood there like idiots while we waited for the farmer to sort it out.
That's just a line of hikers waiting to get past the loose cows. Bit of a traffic jam. How did you feel about a bull being loose in the campground this morning?
Well, if you think about bulls, right? When you irritate one, what do you wave in front of them? A big red flag. What do I look like? They kept looking at me. I was hiding behind a big table. I was just going to keep running around until the farmer came and hit it with his hat again. Normally, I'm quite brave around farm animals. I used to work on a farm. Doesn't really bother me. I saw them and I was like, so I said to my friends, should we help them? And I was like, I'm not helping in this jumper. Fuck that. They seem to be under control now.
Seem to be, but we both know that fence doesn't do anything now. There I was standing behind the fence earlier like, oh, we're fine.
Well, they started fighting, so I think they just didn't give a shit. They were like angry. Luckily they're juvenile bulls, not big scary ones, but still bulls nevertheless. All right, we better get going. We've got to climb a hill. Also, we might be on this might be the earliest time we've actually started. 7:52.
It would have been 7:30, but there was a bit of commotion.
Yeah, there was some bull action. All right, let's do this. See you soon. There's a refuge at the top. I'm probably going to stop for a drink.
It's a big up today. That's the table that Danielle was hiding behind.
It had to be done. I'm not getting charged by bull. They were big. They might be babies, but they were still big. I didn't have a hat to whoop it with.
You had a stick though.
Yeah.
All right, I believe we're going up there somewhere. It doesn't look that big from here, but I've just looked at the elevation graph and it's over 1,000 meters of up today.
As you can hear, I'm not feeling particularly great, so it's going to be a tough one, but it's not quite in the sun yet, so it shouldn't be too hot. So let's go.
I feel this is going to be a tough day.
That's a dense brownie.
That's possibly the best brownie I've ever had in my life. No exaggeration. It was fudgy, it was delicious, it was dense, it was exactly what I needed. We've also swapped over to Coke Zero. Don't know what made me do it. Normally I go for regular Coke. I saw some of the peach iced tea and I was really jealous, so you know, look at the menu before you make a rash decision. We were going to try a chestnut cake with blueberries on, the one that you always see online with all like the big compote, and the man in front of us got the last piece.
The chestnut cream, you take.
The brownie was really good. We've now completed the big climb, so we have to go down for about a mile, then up for about a mile, then it's a big down into town, and then we're getting a bus into Chamonix. It's now 11:22. The bus goes at 3 minutes past 3 or 3 minutes past 5, so we'll see what happens there. If we don't make it, we don't make it, oh well. If we don't make it, we could walk down into Argentina and then get a bus from there. There's more buses running, so we'll just have to assess when we get there. That climb wasn't the worst for me. Brenna really struggled, but I found it okay actually. It was switchbacks. The first bit was very, very steep. The first probably like half a mile, and then I think it was a bit nicer. More like gradual up, definitely up, but not horrendous up, you know? And we were one of the last ones to the refuge, and the good thing was when we got here, absolutely heaving filled with people, and then everyone left, and we got to sit here in peace and just eat. Only a couple of people around, which was nice. There was no space when we first got here. So there's a plus side to being a slowpoke.
Consider this your trigger warning. Brenna is going to complain about the uphill now, so brace yourselves.
Excuse my wonky hat, it cost me €35 and it's wonky. That was 820 metres of up. It took us like 3 hours in total, which is abysmal, but I was moving the slowest I've ever moved in my whole entire life. As bus goes at 3 PM. Thought we were going to make it, probably not going to make it, which is really sad.
I think it's best we just cut her off there. She wasn't having a good day. She's feeling run down and everything's just taken its toll, in particular that hat. That's been a real burden of the trip. On a brighter note, the views in this section here, once we finished that climb, were absolutely breathtaking. That's Mont Blanc. You could see right down into the valley. It was lovely. So I'm just going to shut up, put some nice music on this, and just let you admire it for a little while.
Again, we've stopped at another refuge. We can't decide if we want to go up the hill or we want to go straight down to the town. We can't decide. I can't be bothered, but I also think the views would be nice. I also want to complete the trail. But there's a possibility to skip a little bit. Well, not skip. Go down the hill into the valley instead of going up and then down. So it's tempting, you know, it's really tempting. We need to make our minds up, basically.
Hello, welcome to refuge number 2. I have absolutely no willpower. When I see a refuge, I have to stop. And this time I thought, why not have a beer? I'm a little bit annoyed though, because this cost me €8 and she was meant to fill it to here, and it's all the way down here. I know it's only a sip, but you know, it's the principle. I haven't drank any of that yet.
I got a coffee.
Oh yeah, Brenna's coffee also looks a bit bad.
I got a coffee.
I asked for Americano, it came to here, and then the lady in front of me asked for like more water in it, and she told us to go to the fountain, put some cold water in there, and the old lady was like, oh. She was livid, so I didn't even bother asking because I couldn't even speak French, so we don't really know what we're gonna do. We're umming and we're ahhing, so the TMB goes up and over this bump, we go uphill, then we go downhill, and then we end in a town. Or, because there's so many different hiking trails here, we can go that way and it just starts going down. Avoid the up. Brenna's told me there's a gondola. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you like to see me in a gondola? Wouldn't you like me to pay my money to ride a gondola so you can look at the views from the gondola window? Brenna, that's what they want. They want to see me in the gondola.
I don't want to pay for the gondola.
I'll do some research. I'll get back to you soon once I find out how much the gondola is. If it's €50, I don't want to pay either, but if it's less than 18, then I'll pay. Basically, I can't be able to walk downhill, right? I'm being lazy. I've got a beer. Cheers. Not the best. Tastes a bit like Foster's. €8 for a Foster's. What a scam. Anyway, we're going to sit here now. We're going to figure out what we're doing. We're going to look at the map, figure out how much the gondola is, if it's worthwhile, how long the walk is down the road, all the deal is that way. We're going to look at the elevation, look at the times, and figure out the best plan. The good thing about the TMB is you can pretty much just make up your own route. There's so many different alternate routes, so I don't really feel like a cheater because you can mix and match. I saw some people getting in the gondola at the top. At least I made it halfway down. It's about actually a quarter of the way, maybe not even, but... Alright, I'm going to enjoy my beer and look at my phone. I'll get back to you soon once I've got some research under my belt. Once I've got some facts and some figures. Right, revelations. After completing my beer, I'm not going to lie, I'm probably going to get another one. The gondola is $18.50 each. We don't know where it is, but it's close. It's down there somewhere. We're going to get the gondola. We're going to do it. And then from the tour, we can get the number 2 bus. Brenna's made me double check it's still running. It is. And it goes every half an hour. So that's perfect. And we get to ride a gondola. Won't that be fun? Bet you've never seen one of them before.
Have we actually checked that it's open this time?
Yes, I have. If you were here from the beginning of this trip, you'll know I got scorned by a gondola. All right, let's walk down the hill then, seeing as the gondola doesn't open till next week. Rude. I had to climb down a mountain, I guess. It was a mountain. And I didn't want to because in my head I was stopping and I was very upset. But no, apparently this one's actually running. It's $18.50 each, which... not the cheapest, but it's not terrible, I don't think. You know, to save my kneecaps for life. And yeah, the bus is actually free if you have like this little card, say you stayed in town, and we still have one, so...
Is that bus definitely free?
Oh, it's the number 2. I'm not sure. Well, worst case, we have to pay for the bus.
I don't think it's much. I think it's like €2.
I don't think it's a lot. But it's the number 2 and it runs every half an hour. And the number 2 goes right into Chamonix, and then we can go to the campground. We can get set up. Tomorrow's meant to be a rainy day, and guess what we're going to do? Have fondue, finally. I'm so excited. Imagine cold and rainy, sitting inside, all snuggly-wuggly, eating fondue.
That sounds so good.
Yeah. And then for our day hike for the last day of the TMB, so we're missing tomorrow because it's going to be raining, and then the next day we're going to do the little bit we've missed, get the bus back to... well, we're probably going to skip this little section. We're going to get the bus from the town, one town over. I got the goods. Yeah. That's not a shower, sweetheart. People drink from that. Treat ourselves to another beer. We've gone for a Kronenberg. These ones were 2 for $8. So it's the same price as what I paid last time, but you get considerably more. I was a fool. I should have got this. Oh, it's lovely. I'm having a great time. I feel like I'm on hollybobs. I hope you guys are enjoying watching me have a drink. That's Mont Blanc. I think I'd make a really good tour guide. That's probably all the facts I'd give you too. We did stop and say hello to these cows for a while too. Sadly, no name tags, so that was a little disappointing. And then we carried on walking down to the gondola. It was only about a 15-minute walk, and we definitely made the right decision. We could not be bothered to go up that hill and then down that hill. Zero regrets. I'm so excited.
and I just can't hide it. Sweetheart, we made it. Whoa! Look at us on the gondola.
Welcome to the gondola. I would give you a really big tour and tell you how great it is, but it's going to be over in a couple of minutes.
We're nearly there. We've only just gone.
Yeah, $18.50 each. We're already more than halfway down. Very steep though. Had absolutely no regrets. It's also hot. Also don't care. It's going to take us down. It's that little town, and then we're going to get the bus.
I see lots of other TMB hikers coming down this way, so even if you don't want to get the gondola, come down this way if you can't afford to do the up, because it goes up and then a steep down, and
no one
you
wants
get like
to do
an
the
extra
up.
kilometre down the valley. You might as well just do this.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did this. I'm enjoying the gondola.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's a little private one too. The one up at Bellevue was like a big, like one of the ones where there's two and they just do this, and it holds like 20 people. This one's a little private one. It's nice. It's just continuously running. So, yeah, worth it.
We were piling like sardines on the last one.
Like sardines.
Like sardines.
This might be perfect timing, but I think that's our bus sat there waiting to go. So let's hope we get on it.
Two, I can see it. That is our bus. It was indeed our bus, the number 2, so we hopped on. We thought we might be able to get it for free, turns out we couldn't, so we paid. I think it was like €1.80 or €2, it wasn't a lot, and then apparently I just couldn't stop admiring the views out the window. I think I stood like that the whole way. And then we arrived in Chamonix and headed to the campground. It was like a 15-minute walk to this campground from the town centre, not far at all, and we managed to find ourselves a lovely little spot.
Alright, we made it to the campground in Chamonix. We've picked our patch. I'm not gonna lie, we walked in and I was like, this is hell. There's just tents everywhere, no space. But we found a good patch. It's shady, it's flat. It's alright. We think we're gonna stay for 3 nights so we can camp tonight, camp tomorrow, because we're not gonna do anything tomorrow because it's gonna be raining and I'm not going up on the steep ladder section in the rain. And then the third night, so that we could do that section and then camp here again the next day so we don't have to carry our bags. Yeah, Danielle's just having a little snack because it's 20 to 4 and we're both a little bit hungry. Just gonna set up the tent and then we'll probably walk into town. Also, it's so freaking hot down here. I thought we were just used to the heat now because we've been out in it, outdoors for like 10 hours a day, every day. Turns out it's just really, really bloody hot in Chamonix. So we weren't being whips when we were here 10 days ago. It really is bloody hot. It's like, I'm sweating. I'm not even doing anything, I'm sweating. Madness. So we just came out of our campground and if you look up there, you can see the hut that we climbed up to this morning all the way at the end of the valley. You can see the road we walked down, you can see everything. That's so cool.
So if you recall, earlier I had a beer on the hill because you know I love drinking on the hill, and I was really mad that like I was way under the 500ml line. Look what I got just now. Just see it? The universe works in mysterious ways. Everything balances out, alright? Everything balances out. Cheers.
Okay, I'll be honest with you guys, we definitely had more than just that one beer. We had quite a few, then we went to the shops. I really had a craving for hot dogs apparently, so we got that. We also got a bottle of red wine. We drank quite a lot, but we knew we weren't hiking tomorrow, so we had zero regrets. Also, we made the right decision. That storm was literally right above us, and the noises it was making was absolutely wild. Hello and welcome to day 10 on the TMB. So this is actually our zero hike day. We're hiding from the weather like absolute wimps. We weren't willing to climb up there in the rain. So I'm just going to show you what we get up to. It's pretty brief. It's mostly eating and drinking. So we went for a delicious pain au chocolat, and I had a matcha, and Brenna had an Americano. Then we went for a little wander around. As you can probably see up there on the mountains, it is very cloudy. So we definitely made the right decision. Zero regrets. Then we both had a real craving for a big fat burger, so a burger and a beer, of course. This burger was so damn good, like honestly, amazing. I'm looking at this bag, me and Brenna were looking at it the other day and we were like, ooh, that looks good. Then we decided to go for another little coffee in the afternoon, and then the heavens opened, and when I say it rained, my god, it absolutely chucked it down. So we hid there and drank our coffee until it stopped. It took a while to stop, I won't lie, but we waited out and then we eventually made it home dry. We went back to camp, we went to bed, ready to hike tomorrow. Hello and welcome to day 11, the final day on the TMB. I can't believe it's the last day already. It's flown by, absolutely flown. Anyway, we woke up this morning, we made some coffee. We made the right decision on weather because yesterday it really did rain, and today, pure blue sky, not a cloud up there. So we're super excited to get up into the mountain and finish this trail. We are most excited about seeing Lac Blanc. That was the thing we both wanted to see when we got here, so we're super excited to see that. When we left the campground, we saw a big sign that said it was full, so we made the right decision to get here yesterday and not today, otherwise we'd have nowhere to sleep. That was a sign for things to come. We should have known. Campground's full, maybe town's busy. I also googled a place to get breakfast. This place came up. It was just cheap, that's why I chose it. And then when we got there, the queue was huge. It turns out it was like the busiest place in town, so I definitely recommend checking this place out. It was really good. We got some stuff for breakfast. I got a pain au chocolat, and Brenna got a different kind of thing. It had like custard and chocolate chips in it. A Swiss chocolate, I think it was called, something like that. I can't remember. And we got some sandwiches for our lunch because I'm bored of making my own sandwiches now, so I bought one. Fancy, I know. The original plan was to get a bus up and then get a gondola further up the valley, but we've decided we're just going to get the gondola up from here. This gondola was expensive. This cost us 48 euros for two of us return. 48 euros. I'll let that sink in and you can enjoy the gondola ride.
Do you feel like a cheat getting the gondola up here? No. I feel like a savvy, sensible woman. A cheat.
I'm not even going to comment on them dance moves because I don't even have words for that. But this was really cool. When you're in Chamonix, you can see paragliders everywhere, and it was really cool to watch them like jump and take off. Quite fascinating to watch.
Action. Good morning and welcome to day 10 on the... Good morning and welcome to day 10 on the... Good morning and welcome to day 10 on the Tour du Mont Blanc. Today's our last day. It's the final day. We're not doing the official route today. The plan was, there's a big thunderstorm, it rained, there's ladders and chains and slippery metal stuff. So the original plan was just to wait out a day and do it. But we had a change of heart and we decided to do a big loop instead. So we're going to cover most of what was on the TMB anyway on day 10. But we're just coming from Chamonix town. So we've got the cable car up to Plan Prez. We're going to walk along the south balcony, the grand south balcony, and go up to Lac Blanc, do a little loop, and then come back and get the gondola down before 5 p.m. because the last gondola's at 5 p.m. It's 9:39 right now. It's really bloody beautiful up here, as you can probably see. I'm excited for the walk back because the walk back will get this view in front of us the whole time. But the walk there is kind of, I've taken us the wrong way. We've gone down a road. We shouldn't have gone down. It's not very nice. But we joined the trail again in a minute. I didn't look at a map, which was foolish. I'm still sick. Is what it is. But we have a tiny little day bag today. We don't have the big bags. We've left them in the campground at Chamonix. Woke up, couldn't bother to make lunch, so we just bought sandwiches from a cafe. Had a couple of Americanos. The gondola didn't open until 8:30, so we got there at like 8:40 because Google said it opened at 9. It opened at 8:30. It was 24 euros each return. It's 18.50 if you want a one way. Annoyingly though, you can't go up this one and then down Flagey, which would have made this whole trip much better. Or you know, vice versa. You can only go return on the gondola you go up in. Even though they're all the same price. And I'm pretty sure they're all owned by the same people, but whatever. It is what it is. Weather's lovely. Weather wasn't lovely yesterday. It's a beautiful day. Let's go hiking.
So we have a small issue. You may be able to hear it, you're going to see it in a minute. We've accidentally somehow chose a trail that's actually a marathon. We're walking through a marathon. And we're on cue. And now I feel like the biggest arse in the world because I'm having to keep stopping. It's taking us ages because obviously they're running a marathon and it's a race, so I can't get in the way. The trail is open. We haven't been complete idiots and walked on a closed trail, but I do feel like a complete idiot walking through a marathon, so. Just going to try our best and see what happens. We've decided to take the road for the next section to avoid the marathon. Not sure where the marathon's running, so we'll figure that out soon, hopefully. It's genuinely amazing watching these people do this though. I'm out of breath walking on the downhill and they're running towards me. And it's just, honestly, I don't know how they're doing it. I feel like I'm going to twist an ankle just looking at the rock.
So it turns out it's the day of a marathon. And this particular marathon goes through the trail that we've decided to take. It's some serious business. We accidentally were on the trail when the people in front were going past. They were huffing and puffing and there was like people shouting, like it's a big deal. So basically it's really, really hard to walk on the trail because there's people running towards us and they're racing. I don't want to get in their way. So we're taking the road, basically. We're taking a little detour. We fucked up. We did something similar yesterday. It's nowhere near here. It is what it is, isn't it?
Okay, let's talk about it. Brace yourselves, I'm going to talk for a while here. So we ended up walking up the service road and then we saw a little side trail that we could take that wasn't the service road but went the right way. And as you can see, it was a little bit overgrown and not the nicest, so we didn't really enjoy that, but it was okay, we got there. So we went back to the service road, carried on plodding along, and then we kind of got up to near where the gondola was. The event that was going on was actually the Marathon du Mont Blanc, and it was a 4 to 5 day thing, and there was all these different races ranging from 10k all the way up to 90k, and then loads of other like little challenges, races, I don't know what you want to call them. There was a lot of events going on basically, so there was no way of us avoiding this. Yes, we should have probably looked and seen where the route was, but honestly, we came across it the day before when we went to a little canyon and we didn't even think, oh, that probably still be going on. So if you are there mid-June, maybe look at that because it wasn't the most enjoyable for us to be able to walk on. I mean, we should have probably looked, that's our own silly fault. But when we got to the top of the gondola, we did have an extremely tasty sandwich. The vibe up there was lovely. We were at the checkpoint for the marathon, and honestly, it was so much fun just watching all the marathon runners come in. It was like really quite inspiring, to be honest with you. We were struggling to walk and they were just running it uphill, like the opposite way to us, and it was just really cool to see. The next problem we faced was from here, it was a few more hours up to Lac Blanc, and we ran out of water because we bought a litre each, and normally there's plenty of places to fill it up. There's a stream, they've got taps, or at the gondola stands, we were hoping to find a tap or something. We went in, we asked, they said they don't fill up water bottles, we could only buy water, and it was €6 a litre, which to be honest is just daylight robbery for water if you're not going to fill up tap water. We couldn't afford to buy that much water because we'd have needed at least 3 litres each because it was so hot. On another brighter note, on our way back, we bought 1 litre of water because we didn't want to die, but God, we were thirsty. On the way back, the checkpoint for the marathon, we'd just gone past it, so no more marathon runners were running. If they didn't make it to that checkpoint by a certain time, they weren't allowed to run any further. So we got to walk back and get this beautiful balcony section with no runners, and this was the trail we wanted to be on, and honestly, gorgeous views. Before we got the gondola back down, we stopped for a quick beer. It was so expensive, we only got a half. And then we went back down into the town, and there was a more great atmosphere down there because you could see all the marathon runners who'd completed. They ran all the way down to here. We got a gondola down. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. This has been so much fun. If you enjoyed any of this, like and subscribe. There's going to be more hiking stuff coming soon and other fun stuff.